All right, everybody. Here we go. We're going to talk about AI tonight. Let's see. I'm going to refresh my screen. I know we got some people coming in here. I got my sunglasses on because this is my costume for tonight. I didn't have my tie, but you know what? Hey, I'm going to roll with it. I got Karen from Legal Minded Friends. I'm going to bring her up in just a second. I'm going to wait for people to get in here. I see Life on YouTube and Twitter. Welcome in. I got KK's Travel. Welcome in. And I'll just wait a few more seconds here. Hope everybody's doing all right. Again, this subject is on artificial intelligence, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Lexi, how are you? Welcome in. All right, I want to go ahead and bring up Karen from Legal Minded Friends. Hey,
Hi,
Karen, how are you?
Hi, Dean. Hi, everyone.
I'm good. How are you?
I've got a friend to help me. My grand. Yeah. So so we're going to talk about artificial intelligence, and we've got a special guest that can only stay for a little bit. So I think we should bring up our special guest straight away.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring him up here. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Yep.
Yeah. Do you want me to? Yeah.
Yep.
To stage. Hello.
Hello, everyone. How you doing? I was just coming from being on the air, so I'm a little. My voice is like, I have about an hour and a half, and then it's done.
Yeah, and this was a special guest because I tell you what, this was good. This was great.
Yeah. Well, because just tell a little bit about yourself, Bill. And it's Bill Cannon, retired.
Yeah.
I'm a retired NYPD homicide sergeant. I did 27 years with the NYPD. I taught college. I've been an actor, a half-ass actor. Stand-up comic. I've done a lot of different things, and now I have the podcast Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories for about the last 4 years, and it's growing.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. And you just went live because there was breaking news in the Gilgo Beach murders.
Yes.
And so that was really good that you could go live because
it's funny. I have a network of people all over the globe, and when I don't see something, they notify me, which is great because I didn't see anything. Someone said, "Oh, Bill, there's a live press conference on blah blah blah." So I said, let me see how fast. And it used to be that when you went on StreamYard, you had to give them a 15-minute head start. And I only gave them 5, and they let me go live in 5 minutes. So it was great. Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. Yeah, it's good. So we've got AI. Now, when I was doing my video, I did a video about it, and I kept saying IA. I don't know why. And so I have to keep recording it. So artificial intelligence is it's just the way of the future, isn't it? It's like
it's here already.
It's here. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's right here. It's almost like I wanted to kind of compare it to like when they dropped the atom bomb. It's almost like you can't go back. Once they dropped the bomb and the pilots looked at each other, they said, "That's it. It's no more going back." And I kind of feel like it's right there. We're right there at that spot where it's here. It just hasn't gone widespread yet, but it's coming. So
and a chat bot assistant came out in 2022, and it already has 10,680,000 downloads.
Yeah.
So it's huge, and it will. Now I've done a little presentation to show. I don't know if we can show that, and then we can ask Bill to talk about, or we could ask Bill to talk about what it's like for the police, because you guys use it, don't you?
Well, Karen, I have a great story about Chat GPT. It was to do with YouTube. I got a letter from a law firm saying I'm being sued for using a thumbnail of somebody. And they told me that if I didn't answer it, blah, 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 they were looking for money. So I wrote them a letter addressing every single thing that they had addressed in the letter. And I said, this letter's not that great. So I sent it to Chat GPT. And they made it like sound like it came out of Harvard Law School. And I sent it to them. I never heard from them again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I've got which we could show later, Gene. I've got one on some safety for animals, and I did the whole thing on chat on you know, redoing it with chat, and then I just put the videos with it, right? I made the pictures myself, but you know, that is like, I heard last night, I was watching a show on the war, you know, that's going on right now, and there was this guy that was saying, well, how do we know some of the pictures aren't, you know, dubbed in and stuff like that? So that's quite interesting that, you know, people aren't believing. How do we know?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
see,
I can tell you what, I saw a short today, and it's called, I believe it's called Floating, and it shows a guy that's out there in Miami doing a break dance to Annie from Michael Jackson. And if you look close enough, you can tell it's not real. But I looked at all the comments, and everybody's like, oh, this is spectacular. I'm like, there's no way this is real. Now, I don't know if I would have made a comment if that creator would have blocked it or would have taken it down, because every comment I saw, people were thinking this is real. And I'm like, there's no, this is not real. I mean, it's not real. It's somebody had transposed that into another video and made it look like the guy was breakdancing and floating across the, you know, where's physics? I mean, there's no way you could float across there. But people were sitting there, you know, giving all the comments and things like that. And it's just, you know, where do you draw the line on what do we really believe? Or do we question everything? Do we sit there and go, wait a minute, this is not, if you look close enough, it's not real.
yeah.
But it's almost like people are accepting that and saying, oh, this is great. Now, like I said, I don't know if I would have made a comment saying that this is fake, would they have taken it down or would they have blocked me? I don't know. Could have, but you know.
Yeah, I think, like, if people think about it this way, we've been using you know, artificial intelligence forever. I mean, the police use it. I was going to say you use it for reading license plates and stuff like that. That's artificial intelligence. That's looking at it and matching it to information. What I found, and I don't know if you can verify this, Bill, but what we found is that sometimes let's say the information isn't up to date on the, you know, the driver's license bureau or whatever. And so that could cause, I don't know if you've got any stories from that or.
No, I think my biggest concern with with artificial intelligence, not just Chat GPT, is that it can be very dangerous, because just like in our country, the one party tried to start a disinformation bureau. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, who gets to decide what is true and what not is true? And those people were going to be the arbiters of what was true. Now, the same thing could be said about artificial intelligence. Who are the monitors?
Yeah,
Who's going to monitor to see if artificial intelligence doesn't take over the damn world? And some of the things in the real sense, what they're worried about is it's going to eliminate thousands and thousands of jobs.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Even in acting, you see the SAG strike. That's one of the things, one of the reasons is, wait.
You were just telling me about that.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And I was just telling Karen about that. Part of that strike was that they wanted to make sure AI cannot take their voice or their image, and then they're not wanted anymore, because they can take that. It's unreal what they can do with your image and your voice. They can do that and dub over everything. Because I've already seen movies where they've taken people that's already passed away and they make it like it's in the movie, and you can't tell unless you really look at it. And that's what part of that strike was to prevent AI from doing that. Or at least
the strike is still on. The writers settled. The actors didn't settle.
Oh, yet. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. No, or crowd scenes. They can just develop crowds by using generic people in the crowd. You know, like a full stadium. They can do that with artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Well, I looked today and saw, I typed in Trump being arrested, and you saw all these things like police dragging Trump down to the ground. Now, if you look at it quick, okay, it looks real, but then if you look at it close, you can tell it's fake. But it's crazy what they can do, and you can put that out, and who's gonna, if people don't, if people question it, they may be able to figure out what's real and what's not. But it's getting to the point where you can't tell.
Well,
And that's a scary thing.
medical doctors are using it already also. And one of the ways is like reading X-rays, reading MRIs. It can do that as good or better than a human, but then you have to have one human to check the work instead of, how many employees would it take to do that?
Yeah. Well, I saw earlier too, and I don't know, Karen, if you've heard about this. I saw an advertisement on Facebook saying it was an advertisement for Spellbook, and I'll read you what it says. It said, "Want to draft contracts 10 times faster? This new AI writes high-quality legal contracts in seconds." So there you go. I mean, now who's going to check that? I mean, would you check that, or would you, who's going to go over that? That would be my question.
The thing is, I mean, this is where I have concerns. Like they're saying that, if you're at university, you can write essays and stuff like that. And, so are we, it's like the calculator, isn't it? Remember when we got the calculator, we then don't even realize that it's so hard to add in your head. So are we going to get to be like that kind of a society where we don't even think anymore,
I can see it happening. I mean, it's already right now. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but it's almost like in the last couple of years, people are just, I don't know if they've gotten numb on the brain, but it's almost like I want to look at them and go, are you okay? I know you're not stupid. I know you're not an idiot, but what you're acting like is like you're just a robot. I mean, you're not even thinking. I mean, it's almost like a dream or something, at least the way I look at it. But
well, years ago, a friend of mine was a model, so just like like an actress, and her image was taken years ago and put into terrible things in the magazines, and she had to take legal action because she never did those photos, so can you imagine? And it kind of makes you wonder half the stuff if it's real or not, That's where I was actress. Yeah.
I just want to take a minute. Welcome in, everybody. I know I've seen some messages coming up here. We've got Karen, and we got a police off the cuff here tonight, a special guest. I want to say welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here. Good to see you. And we're talking about AI tonight. So
artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Now, when I was in Vegas, they had this face scanner that was it just scanned everybody walking in to, because they have known people that are cheaters and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. And then when you come into the United States, because I don't know if we didn't have to do it as Canadians, but and I don't think Americans have to do it, but they scan your eyes. So my boyfriend had to get his eyes scanned, and they take your fingerprints as soon as you come in to America.
That's for a technology called iris scan.
Okay.
It's more it's actually more accurate than DNA.
Really?
Is it really?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And what do they use that for then?
Well, it's an identifier. If you can say want to come into a country and they have your iris, it's enrolled, they can use your eyes to identify you. It also can be used to identify criminals, to identify terrorists. If they're enrolled in the system, it'll identify them like immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I mean, that's interesting because and this is done, and this is done without your permission. It's almost like the license plate scanners, that I see the security vehicles going through the mall, and they've got the license plate readers on the end of their truck. I know they're taking pictures. So
yeah.
And those license plate readers have been hugely successful in the United States.
Yeah. There's some good things about it. I saw 48 Hours show that actually it was, I think, in Gwinnett County in Georgia, and they were able to track a suspect because his license plate came up on readers down the interstate, so they were able to track him. So yeah, there's some good to it, no doubt about it.
Well, I was driving to a funeral, and I started to get a really bad stomach ache. So I said to my boyfriend, "Why don't you drive?" Thinking that he could drive. And I mean, I'm a lawyer, I should know this. But because in England, it's not the same. Like only the person is insured, not the car. So the person is insured with the car. So if you want anyone to drive your car, you have to put them on your insurance. So we don't have that. Like, in Canada or America, we can just drive anybody's car
based on the driver. Yeah.
License. Well, anyway, it was storming out and we were on the M5 or the M4. It's a big highway in England. And oh my gosh, we were pulled over by the police and they said, "What are you doing driving this car?" The police thought it was actually stolen because I didn't have a male driver on it. And I had to convince the police that I was the person. Thank God I had my license with me. But in England, we don't have to carry our license. So even though we don't have to carry it because you've got 7 days to produce it. But I always say to people, if you need to prove who you are, how can you prove who you are if you don't have photo ID? Right.
Well,
So
that's right.
Interesting. It was pouring rain. I didn't even know how he could tell there was a male driver, and they knew, so that's, but I'm really interested in this iris thing. That's I didn't realize that.
I mean,
that's the most accurate way to identify. It makes fingerprints look like, elementary school.
Wow.
They use it in like high-tech areas that for example, whoever has the keys to the nuclear bomb, they have to have their iris scanned to get into the room to turn on, something like that, or having access to a lot of money. They would use that high technology called iris scan. And that would be, or a nuclear power plant that would be connected to, to opening certain doors that you're only allowed to have access to. Look, even if you ever shoot a gun, and I know you guys across the pond don't like guns, but good ranges, what they'll have is you'll go into a door, and before you can go into that area, the door locks, so the person in the hallway can't get in, and then the second door won't open until the first door locks. So it's all security devices.
Oh wow, that raised that. Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, that's almost like I was going to say, how are you going to prove yourself real? Now I've seen here they had on the news with people putting like things in their wrist that you can debit your credit card, walk up to the machine, have it scanned on your credit card. I was thinking, oh, will they try to do that to make sure that how are you going to prove you're real?
Yeah.
As opposed to AI, because I know AI is listening. They're going to take your voice. They can do a voiceover. How are you going to prove that that's you? Is it going to be like a retinal scan? Is it going to be if you have to scan something on your computer, like hold your wrist up there and scan and say, all right, that's me? Is everybody going to be chipped? That's my concern, is that what's coming down the road.
Now, Gene, wasn't your previous job designing programs and stuff?
Mine or
yours?
Oh, I mean, I did some web work, some programming. So yeah, it wasn't that much programming, but yeah. And that's what I want to tell everybody, is that what the algorithm does is the programmers put that together. And what it does is it builds on that and it keeps programming itself. So it's learning as it goes along. It learns what you like to do. It's almost like the algorithm here for YouTube. It knows what you like. It sees what you're doing, and it adapts and keeps building. So it's almost like what he said, like, where do you draw the line? Where do you put some stop gaps in to prevent it from going further, or how far out do you want it to let it go? That would be my concern.
Well, it is. That's that question again. Who's going to monitor AI? Who's going to be the person or persons? Look, it's like saying you trust Mark Zuckerberg, who's turned out to be one of
Yeah.
the biggest liars on the face of this earth, you know.
Yeah.
And everything he lies about is self-serving, you know.
Mhm.
And the guy is a control freak and knows every single thing going on in his company. But if you see,
Yeah.
if you watch him being questioned or listen to him being questioned by Congress, the guy couldn't tell the truth if his life depended upon it, you know.
Mhm.
And so that's my fear with some of these very powerful people that are going to run AI. That who's going to be the stopgap? Who's going to see
And
to it
that's a
that
good
they're
point.
doing it for proper purposes, you know?
And
Yeah.
that's a good point, because it's almost like I kind of feel like the programmers, that's the job to get. That's the job that you're going to have to, because let's look at it. There's evil in this world, and it doesn't take but one person to get on that computer, start writing code to put something in, to do something. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like you said, it's like, who's going to sit there and watch them? Because it doesn't take much to be tempted. I can tell you that.
It's the old question: who polices the police?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I was doing a video. Do you remember the Parkland case where
Mhm.
in Florida? And remember the solicitor did that sign? Do you remember that?
Mhm.
Anybody see that case? You must remember, Bill. But anyway, she gave the finger, right? So I wanted to do a video on it, and I typed in, I'm looking for, the FU finger, because that's the way I thought it was. But anyway, when I typed it in, it said, what you are asking for will be harmful. It didn't give it to me. So I thought that was funny. It would not give me a photo of that. I had to use the actual girl's photo, the solicitor. That
Well,
judge, by the way, has left. She's no longer a judge in that case. That was
that's why I had the hat on, so they can't scan my head and they can't do what I'm thinking.
Oh, there's Lexi says yes, she remembers. Yes, it was so when
Yeah.
I looked it up, because you can look up the program that I have, I can type in whatever and it just says, oh,
Mhm.
give me an image, right?
Mhm.
And it will design an image as well, which we're going to show you in a second. Like we'll show you, because I did a little
Yeah, let me see let me see if I can need to upload that real quick.
yeah, it's real quick, but it doesn't always get it right. So this is why I wanted to give you guys an illustration of what it did for mine.
Well, Karen, a euphemism for the middle finger is flipping someone the bird.
Yes, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's definitely something I didn't know.
Maybe artificial intelligence would send a picture of a bird or something. I don't know,
We always say, here's a whole bouquet of those, right?
Yeah.
In the old days, but yeah, it was really, did you get it up?
Yeah, I've got it here. I'm going to show you. It's not.
So I'll just prep it for a second. So what I
Mhm.
do in this program is you write in, it says text what the image you want. So I wanted an image of somebody sitting at a desk, right? Like a man working at a desk. So
Mhm.
you can show it, Jean, and then it will go through what it created for me, which is, I said, a modern day guy at a desk. Oh my God,
Yeah.
what it created was so stupid. Okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and bring it up right now. Yep.
Okay, so this is turn ideas into images with videos with magic media. So this is on Canva. So walking into a building, sitting down to type at a computer. That's what I asked it to do. And so, and then it says, before you can download it, it says, be a good human and don't misuse these products. So it's really self-regulatory right now, but that's what it came up with. That guy.
Oh, wow.
That's weird. That's so stupid. So
yeah, but it still created it. That's pretty cool. I mean,
I know, but it doesn't make sense. So
but that's a computer listening to you and doing. It's almost like the same thing as if I ask Siri, hey, what's the top 25 in men's football in the United States? She goes out there you're giving her a command. She goes out there and gets that information and brings it back to you.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
know, or at least tries to do that. But in most cases, she will bring that back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a lot of people in the house, Norway.
Mhm.
So I'm asking people where they're from. But yeah, so I don't know. Be a good human. Kentucky, Brazil. We've got Brazil in the house. So yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think it has a long way to go before, you know, but it is quite amazing. Like you said, it will type,
Mhm.
it just makes a perfect end. Let me just read what it says. It says the whole idea of it, okay, is to text. So what you're doing is it says it will give a human-like response. So it's, yeah, because if you've ever, and because we're creators, if I write out a script,
Mhm.
right? When I go to read it, I can't just say what I've written out because it doesn't really make sense. So when you're reading something, it's different to when you're speaking it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, so it
Well, I mean,
says it's to humanize. Yeah.
mhm. Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's not foolproof. I mean, it'll make mistakes. I've seen Siri make mistakes plenty of times, or at least she won't know what to do and then come back and tell you that. But it's interesting because you'll sit there and that's what AI, it's actually listening to you, taking that information, going out, making a decision, bringing you back bringing you back the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. But
I mean,
yes. So the other thing I'm a bit concerned about is we have CCTV cameras here that the police use. And when you come into our police station, our headquarters here, it's actually where I live. And it's a room with just cameras, like screens
mhm.
everywhere, every corner, and they can just push it. So if they get an emergency call, they push that corner and boom. So, you know,
Mhm.
I think it's great for criminal activity, you know.
But you
Yeah.
know, Karen, first of all, facial recognition isn't totally perfected, and there's been some pushback in our country from the American Civil Liberties Union saying that it discriminates against people of color.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, because I think, didn't China have a problem with that for the iPhone face recognition? It said that it had to tweak it a bit because of so many people
Well,
looking
you know
similar.
what it is, Karen. One of the things is it's like if it results in one group of people getting caught all the time because they're committing the crimes, then they
Yeah.
find that racially disparate.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous because
Yes.
they also don't like shot spotter, same for the
Yeah.
same reason. The people firing
Oh,
the guns and getting caught with the guns are the same people that are getting caught by facial recognition, and they're
Oh,
claiming
wow.
that's it's catching the right people, but they're claiming the results are racially prejudiced.
well, what I
Oh,
did,
wow.
I used to work in youth funding. I was the information officer there, and what I would do is statistical information on recidivism and stuff. And so I did a big study on our, visual minorities being targeted more by the police than other people. Well, what we found out was that there was more police in those
Areas
areas
of color, areas of yeah.
because they called the police more,
Yeah, and they
right?
also say that minority communities are over policed.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
but they're
they ask
calling the
for more
police
Wow.
more.
police.
Yeah, so if you're calling the police more, right? And some countries, it's like a lot of European countries, they think calling the police like is the way you sort out your problems, right? You call the police first. So they might,
Well,
you know,
Karen, that has more to do with your economic background. Also, people poor people call the police more often than affluent people. It's just a
oh,
fact. It's an
yeah,
absolute
Mhm.
fact. Yeah,
yeah,
and if you're living on Park Avenue, you're a multimillionaire, and you have a dispute with your wife or your significant other, you're not going to call the police to try to sort it out. But in poor communities, they rely on the police to do that.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's, I just think that people need to, for this, I think it can have a really good effect, right? I love the, I think if we look at the Industrial Revolution, I can imagine people were upset, that machines were going to be doing their jobs, but we got used to that. It's just that, we have to have a society that we're gonna, like, there's always been about 7% of people on benefits, right?
Yeah.
But if you have less jobs, then we have to accept as a society that the taxes will pay for, people that are not working, right?
Right.
Mhm. Well, what do y'all think about self-driving cars?
I'm terrified of them. I would trust it as a passenger, and I don't trust it as a pedestrian.
I know, because I've got it on my car now. You can only go 15 seconds. I could take my hand off the wheel and it will stay in the lane, but then after 15 seconds, it'll say you have to grip the wheel. So I at least got to keep my hand on the wheel. But that's not, talking about the Teslas and, what you see out in California with the taxis taking people. And I don't know. I don't know how far I trust a computer to drive a car.
Well, there's so many times in driving that you make decisions based on looking at the other person's face. And you read what they're going to do by looking into their eyes and see what they're going to do. Yeah, it becomes instinctual. And I don't think the computer can do that, So, yeah. No,
I got this Jaguar. I got a Jaguar in the first, literally maybe the first couple of days. It was the first car I had ever had that had this kind of feature on it, where it just tell, like, it's so cool. Like, if you're coming up to a stop sign, the music goes down. If there's somebody too close to you, you get all these beeps and everything. So wow. I was backing out, and I'm okay. I know you don't do blonde jokes. Although your dad, but you can honestly do them with me, because I was like listening to the music and just backing up, and I didn't even look, and it was going beep.
Yeah.
Crazy. And
well, look, we all wind up relying on I shouldn't speak for everyone, but I rely a lot on the backup camera, but I don't totally 100% rely on it, but I do somewhat trust it. But sometimes I'm always one that looks this way, looks that way, even turns fully around because I don't trust it,
Oh yeah, exactly. It's almost like, it's almost like when you lane change. Now I've got the cameras on the side, and I can rely on that. And yes, the car has put me back in my lane when I come across and didn't look, but it's still, I have to look over my shoulder, even on the left, both left and right, just to back it up, because I'm not going to trust that car to make that decision. It may miss it. Something may get over the camera, or, inadvertently, and there you go, an accident.
I think that's where that expression comes from. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Guys, I have to go. Karen, thank you so much.
Well, it's good seeing you.
It was great to meet you guys.
No, it's wonderful. Thank you.
We'll do it again. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great
night.
All right, bye.
So that's Police Off the Cuff, everyone, and we're so grateful that he joined us to give us the.
That was. Thank you, Karen. That was a surprise there. I know I've watched his couple of his live streams and his channel, so that's great. It's great to have him in there. It was a treat. Thank you very much.
It was a nice treat. And I didn't know the retina thing. I just knew.
I didn't know either. I didn't know that that's what they did, because I always thought that what they would do first is the fingerprint, to see that, because I'm trying to think if any cars use that as fingerprints or not, but
it's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's almost,
I didn't know they did that either,
yeah. And everybody, I think I've seen some people come in here. Welcome, everybody. We're talking about artificial intelligence. If anybody wants to add to the chat there, we're just going over what we think is we're on that ledge where we're ready for artificial intelligence. But then do we want to keep going forward, or is it too late now to go back? There's some things we're talking about that. So, but again, welcome in everybody. If you're in my chat, which is Yellow Shirt Dad, you can always type yellow. It'll drop your link. I'd like everybody to connect. It's some great content creators here we have watching, and I want to welcome in everybody. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but if I don't, I've got to say hello. And I took off this hat because, well, it got a little hot wearing this thing. And of course I got my sunglasses, but I can't see. I can't see the chat.
I don't know how you could.
I do. Well, I gotta get a drink of water.
Now,
I got some jokes for you, but being that it's AI, I have to almost get up to the screen here. Look at this.
Yeah, but let's show your picture that someone made out of a
Oh
chat.
yeah, let me Tom, I can tell you what. Yeah, let me show you here. Let me go here now. Somebody took my picture and went out and used AI to create a image. And let me see if I could bring it up. This should be it here. And I think you've got this one. Let me show it real quick. I think can y'all see that? Now they took my eyes and mouth there and made. Now this is artificial intelligence. This is not a real photo. This is what's scary. It's almost like you look at that, and that's what that's not a real person. That's the thing, and that's what's kind of scary.
That's not a real person at all.
No, it's not a real person. They took my eye. Here, let me show it again. They took my eyes.
It was a person, and they just dubbed you in like they do.
That's AI doing that, and that's my eyes and a little bit of the mouth there, and the facial features around there. But that was generated, and yeah, kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've seen programs that will do that, and it's almost like when I went out, and I can't remember the website, it went out and it will show you pictures of people, and they said, no, this is not real. This is not real. So yeah, life on YouTube and Twitter. And when you say that's no key, that is a push. My car is a push button start. It does not have a key. It uses a proximity. When I get close to the car, the lights will come on. That door handle will light up, and it needs that proximity key to start it. Now, the good thing about that is I can't lock my keys in the car. I cannot do it. It will not let me. If I throw my keys in the car, shut the door, hit the lock button, it will not lock my car. But I did have one time where that proximity key, the battery got low, and I got this warning screen. And actually, I need to make a video about it. It came up and said your battery's low, and if that battery died, there's no way I could drive the car. I can't. I've got to go get. Now, it wasn't a hard fix.
Wow.
It wasn't a hard fix. It just took a lithium battery you can get at Walmart, put it in. You can open up the key ring and then put the battery in, close it back up, and you're set. But when I first got that message, I was like, oh my God, I wasn't even at home. So I was like, wow, I'm on the road. It's saying my battery's going dead. If the key ring goes dead, I can't start my car. So that's.
I thought the car that I got, because it's quite old, the Jag that I bought, but it's and I thought all the features on it were pretty cool. We had a Citation, which is like a Winnebago in Canada, but it's a different brand name, right? And I remember it had cameras at the backs that my dad could see in front of stuff, and so I think the technology's always been there, but it just hasn't been for everybody.
All right, so all right, everybody,
got some jokes for us.
I got a joke for you. I am logged into. I do have an account that I created with ChatGPT. I'm logged into it right now.
Okay.
I can't put it up on the screen, but I'm going to go out there now and tell it to tell me a joke. I'm typing it in right now. It came back here. It says, of course, here's a classic one. Why did the scarecrow win an award?
I don't know.
And the answer is because he was outstanding in his field. So there you go. That's ChatGPT. I didn't make that one up. It went out there and looked. So
That's cool. Yeah, it is really good. It
what
is
is
really.
Tom, what is Tom saying? It says the Land Rover was the worst. Battery went. Reset the start.
I can't see.
Interesting.
That's yeah. I can't read this.
Yeah, it says Tom says that the Land Rover was the worst. The battery went dead and needed a computer reset to start. Suspension dropped to the floor until it was reset. Actually, I've heard about that happening on cars that needed to be reprogrammed.
Jeez.
And I'm it's curious. I've almost been hesitant, like, to change the battery in the car, or at least clear it. Now you can clear the computer and reset everything to bring it back up to like so-called reboot. But I don't know how much programming that's going to be necessary to bring it back up, because everything on my car is computerized. There's nothing, I could put it in drive, but everything else, the car is monitoring the transmission, everything, fuel, what I'm listening to, what I'm looking at, things like that. So.
Wow. What is this one? He says, okay, oops. I think this one's next. Yeah, I've been in some pretty space-aged cars, And do you remember, I don't know if it was called the Jetsons, but what show was it where they just kind of put a face on? So you don't even, and in the olden days,
yeah, I don't know.
In the days where people wore a lot more wigs and stuff, and you could just put a face on. So I could see that coming. What movie? Was it a movie, or was it
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Or was it the Jetsons where they just put this face on and then they were ready to go?
I know I've seen that. Well, that Face Off movie with.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was. I can't remember the actor's name. I was having a brain memory, but that's not AI doing that. That was actually they took their face. So, oh, Karen, who do you have there? Who do you have there?
It's my grand puppy, Ziggy.
Oh, whoops.
He went the wrong way.
Yeah, I went the wrong way.
Let me see if I can get him. Oh, he had a back operation, so you got to be really careful to move him. Say hello. He's got his own Instagram. And yeah, he's pretty cute. And he's like a mascot. What do you call them, for a company? For my son-in-law's company. So he's pretty cool. Yeah, Nicolas Cage. That's what it was.
Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Life on YouTube. Thank you. That was great. Yeah, you had Life on YouTube had a good video out today. That was interesting. John Travolta. Yes.
Yeah, that was the other one. I used to have that poster, and it was signed by both of them. I don't know where it's at. For life of me, I don't have no idea what I did with it, but yeah.
How did you switch us around? Now, am I on the?
I put myself out. I put myself down here. Let me see if I can remove it and bring it back up. I removed.
Yeah, but now so we had a different setup. So was I on the other side? Sweet pup. Thanks, Lexi. He's a cutie.
Let me see if I can. Oh, there's you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. What? Take yourself out of the off this panel for a second, then bring yourself back in. That might switch us back.
Okay, so if I do that.
Yeah, bring yourself back up. It should.
Oh, and then it's
yeah, and I think I did that to take myself down so you could show your dog there. So yeah, hey LB, how are y'all? I know some people coming
in polarity shift.
Yeah, the polarity shift.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the Europeans are worried about, like live tracking people and stuff like that. And so,
Yeah.
Like you said, it's
Now, here's the interesting thing that I thought of too, and I think we were talking about it the other day. I know my aunt and uncle had this happen to them. They had somebody call their phone and tell them that they had their daughter in jail and that you need to wire money to get her out. I know that happened. That was years ago. And if anybody in the chat wants to, if they can maybe, if you've heard about this, I've heard that AI can now call you. I've heard about people that can use AI to call you using impersonating a voice to make them sound real. So I don't know if that is, I've heard about that. I don't know if it's true or it can be used, but it's almost like I was thinking if that ever happened, like if that ever happened, I would like to make up a code word that I don't say to anybody, that I would write down and then show that other person that code word, because once you say it, it's out there and it's out there in the land, and you'll be able to hear it. So I don't know if anybody else has actually heard about that, with AI impersonating a voice like your own, or your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, anybody like that, having the phone call or doing it. I've heard about that. I don't know if it's true, but it almost, yeah. That's like Life on YouTube and Twitter says, "What does it ask for a phone number?" Life, I don't know if they do that to verify you. I know a lot of things use my phone to verify. They'll send me a text message and put a code into it.
What he's doing, because he's found I have the door open and I think a cat might have come in.
Mm-hmm.
Just a minute. I'll take myself out for a minute.
Yeah, life on YouTube and Twitter. I think that's the only reason that I can see that ChatGPT would ask for a phone number to verify who you are. I know most of my things that I have, and actually, it's set up to be a second authentication. It sends a text message to your phone. You have to verify that. I think even YouTube does that. When I try to log in, it will send a verification code to my phone and use that to log in. Now, when I logged into it tonight, it did not ask me for a code. I think my battery's getting dead. It did not ask me for a code, but I think I can only think that it would set that up to have a second authentication for you. I think, let's see, what is it? What it says here, trying to open it. Yeah. Yeah. And Tom, you said you've heard about that too. Yeah. That's what I'm curious if anybody else has heard about that, with scammers using your voice to call your phone, or to at least impersonate
someone else's.
Or to call somebody else. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking of is if something happens like that to me, I want to verify. So I'm going to verify who you are. Then maybe if I use that code word, I can ask you, okay, what's the code word? What's the word that we came up with if you're in trouble? And they have to tell me that. If they can't tell me, I know that, it's fake.
Right.
Or at least they're not who they say they are. So, and then what did Tom say? It was used to defeat voice recognition software. Yeah, absolutely. So, excuse me.
Oh boy, can you hear him? He's chasing it. We can't find whatever came in. I hope it's not.
Oh, really?
We have a wild fox in the neighborhood. I hope it's.
Oh, do you? Oh, wow.
I saw a fox coming in.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
No, I said I think I would have.
Mm-hmm.
But
and also too, I've kind of noticed, if anybody, and I'm sure everybody's probably seen this, if you talk about a subject, you have your phone nearby or your laptop or any other kind of listening device. If you start talking about it, and I know I've opened up my phone, opened up Facebook, and there's an advertisement right for the product I was just talking about.
Yeah. I did
So,
that in my video because a friend of mine had just told me that a couple
mhm.
of weeks ago, and I found that hard to believe. But yeah, that definitely
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
And
Uh,
years ago, I used to tell this to people that everything's listening. They were laughing at me. They're like, "No, it's not. They would never do that. They're not going to do that." Oh, yes, they will. And sure enough, they are listening. I'm telling you, it's almost like, and interesting enough, I've seen things like, and if y'all don't, I'm hoping y'all have heard about this. It's a Faraday cage or a Faraday box where you can put your devices in and nothing can get into it. Nothing can get to that phone. It's almost like being encased in lead, that the
uh,
phone won't get the message, you can't hear. Almost like what I showed that one time when we were talking with the Ridge wallet, like you can't get anything through it. It won't scan your cards
yeah.
or anything like that. So it's almost like that's almost there. Well, obviously it's there to protect you, but um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it is quite scary in a way, and it is quite
Mhm.
it's quite interesting in another way. Like look at we're
Yeah.
talking we're talking. Who would have ever thought, when
Mhm.
FaceTime and all that came up, I love it.
Yeah. So
It
I
took a
so
while to get used to, calling people
mhm,
because we're used to like doing a lot of things and talking to people, but
mhm.
it really does make you feel like you're with the person, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
nice.
So Karen,
Yeah,
Karen, what have you seen as being a lawyer? What have you seen with AI come into your field? Have you seen any drastic changes or anything like, you know, are they bringing AI into the courtroom? Are they
I haven't
are
had
have
any
you I mean, have
cases.
you used AI to do anything?
Yeah,
Um,
well, I haven't had any cases like specifically for AI. I've had cases where people have manipulated information and
mhm,
fraudulently change things, right? For wills and stuff like that. And
mhm.
um, so I've seen it, where it's come to another level because, I mean, you can take screenshots of
Yeah.
anything and make it look like it's authentic, can't you?
Yeah,
So
and yeah, that's almost like what I've read from Spellbook. Going out there and saying, "Oh, AI can draft this." I mean, I almost like to say, where is AI getting that information, and is it really just somebody? I mean, obviously, I would want somebody to proofread that, or at least say, "Hey," because Chat GBT and all that is still not foolproof. It can still come back. It's almost like when I know my area around here. I know where I'm at. I know that I can get someplace pretty quick. I know shortcuts. You type in your directions for Siri. Siri doesn't always take you the fastest route. And it's sometimes like, okay, how much do I trust Siri? I know a different route because I know the area. But
yeah,
you
well,
hear all these.
Syria is literally because we have a lot of lanes in this country, like
Mhm,
really dark lanes, and like
mhm.
only one car can get through, and you have to wait for another car. Well, it drove me right into a field, and it was
Yeah,
at.
yeah. That's
And if you don't know the area a little bit,
mhm,
it's quite scary relying on it completely. Hi,
mhm.
there's Erica. Thank
Well,
you.
that's what I've and you're right. I've heard of horror stories where, and it's almost like I'm sitting there thinking, well, wait a minute. Okay, you're off the main road. Aren't you going to question where she's taking you? I mean, sometimes I'll even stop my car, zoom out, and say, all right, where is she really taking me? I mean, because I know this is not the route, or at least it seems like it may not be the route to go. So I'll zoom out and say, all right, where are you taking me? But, people have said, oh, they've gotten lost and they've been trapped for a couple of days and things like that. So,
Well, I remember with my ex partner, I would,
mm.
oh, it sounded like dual, but I remember saying, why are you listening to that woman? Why don't you listen to me?
Yeah.
I said, you listen to everything she says. You turn here, turn there, but when I say something,
Oh, I've had Siri come back with some funny ones for me. I can tell you that. When I
yeah,
ask her to call people, and then, yeah, she's like, No, I
sure
don't
all,
want to do that.
yeah. Well, we're coming up to just about an hour too. So now, did you have any more jokes you wanted to tell?
No, I was going to do AI jokes. Let me put in another one here. So let me say I'm going to tell me another joke.
I did
'Cause
have
I was going to say AI can do the jokes tonight since the subject is on AI.
yeah, well, I did
Okay.
title.
All
I
right.
did a title the other day, and so I'll just put this. So I was doing a title for a video the other day, and the AI asked me if I wanted to shorten it or reword it, and so I put it in to do that, but the meaning changed completely. So I think that's the thing. You have to be so careful that you don't want the meaning to change. So from a legal point of view, I wouldn't trust anything. Like I said, I did do one video, and it's in my list, and it's 5 signs of a dog being abused, and that whole script was by AI. But I put the photos in and made all the rain and did all the other stuff. But eventually, you'll just put it, like I said, it will make a movie. And it was crazy. So yeah.
All right, so I've got a joke for you. This is what AI came up with. It said, and this is through ChatGPT, and it says, I said, tell me another joke. It said, sure thing. Here's another joke for you. Why did the math book look sad? Why did the math book look sad? And the answer is because it had too many problems.
Oh.
And that's ChatGPT. I can't make this stuff up. that's the AI doing that joke.
Yeah.
And I think you can even, I've even seen other creators set up chatbot not chatbot, it's Nightbot that will go out and tell you jokes.
So life on YouTube. Oh, you just changed it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just put it on there. We're co-hosting. It's so great because now you guys can see the chat from both of our channels, which is kind of cool. I assume everybody gets to see the chat from both. So yeah, it says life on YouTube says, and Axe says, what did one snowman say to the other? Do you smell carrots?
You smell carrots, yeah. And I saw that one the other day.
That is good. That's good.
I think Erica has one there. Well, not one. That was it.
Okay, I'll let. Oh.
No, I was to say, Eric. Yeah, thanks, Tom. I was going to say the Erica. That the problem with AI in general is you put garbage. Yeah, you get garbage out. Yeah, you're right. It's almost like that.
Yeah. I don't think I put music to that, Gene. If you want to put it up on your screen, if you go
Which one?
I don't know. I might have to do it, right? I'll do it while you. I just don't know if I can share. So if I do I have to take myself out or?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking, what were you trying to do? Or
I wanted to get that video to show everybody the 5 signs.
Oh yeah, I don't have it uploaded. I don't think. Let me check. I don't think I have it uploaded.
So I can get it. I can get it, but I don't know.
I mean, you should be able to upload it, I think, can't you? Or do you need to email it to me?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I just just a second. Because if we don't learn how to do this, there. Okay. So wait. You guys hear that? Can you hear anything?
No, I can't hear anything. No, I can't hear anything.
Oh, okay. So if I go to StreamYard.
Yeah, I might have to go into StreamYard and take off the audio.
Take what?
You might have to go.
We have to remove.
Yeah, I know when I was.
We removed our audio, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I know when I played crowd cheering noise. I had to reduce my microphone. Like right now, it's kind of real close, so it won't pick any background noise up. But I had to reduce that so I can pick up background noise, and I could play that. I could play
Okay.
that
So
sound.
if I play it, why don't we mute our mic so we can hear it?
Okay.
We can. Okay. So I can mute.
Oops, I think we lost her. I think we lost Karen. I'll wait for her to come back up. Let's go through the comments. How is everybody's day so far? We're still learning StreamYard here. This is the first time that I've co-hosted with Karen and used StreamYard. We're both we both can do the same thing through StreamYard, and it makes it a little bit easier. And yeah, Cheryl, she was going to try to play a clip, and I've lost her connection. She's lost connection. So I'm just going to wait for her to come back in. But I was just explaining to everybody, we're co-hosting through StreamYard. That means we both can do what, instead of me being the only one that can go through, she can go through and do things. And she was going to upload or at least try to play a clip for you real quick. We'll just wait for her to come back in. Welcome in, Patriot Nerds. Good to see you. And if everybody's coming in, if people are still coming in here, welcome in. We're talking about AI here. I had with Karen from Legal Minded Friends. She's co-hosting with me tonight. We did have an earlier guest in the chat when we first started. So we're going to hopefully get through this. I can tell you another joke. Let's go out here to AI and ChatGPT, and I'm going to have it tell me another joke. So I'm going to type in, tell me another joke. Let's see what it comes up with. And of course it says, certainly, here's another joke for you. Okay. So what do you call a fish with no eyes? I'll let people get that. I know it's a couple seconds behind here on the chat and what I'm doing live. Again, the joke is, what do you call a fish with no eye? And if you know that, I know I've heard this one before, so I can probably tell me the joke. And again, one more time, I'll tell you again. It's, what do you call a fish with no eyes? Yeah, I think live on YouTube, I think you got it. It's a fish. It's a fish. And earlier, I know people were coming in. Let me go ahead and show you what I had on earlier. Being that this is AI, I don't want anybody to read my brain. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Now, no, I can't. No, I can't see. I can't. I want to tilt this down. No, I can't see here. This is, everything's reversed here. So, yeah. Yeah. What? Oh, gosh, Karen, I can't read. Oh, you're trying to log back in. All right. So Karen's in the chat. She's going to log back in. Y'all can see my outfit from this morning. I got another one. And also, too, I think was it 2 lives ago or last live? I got my friend here, a little bear. See that? Say hello. I've got some special plans with this bear. So this is from Florida Claimers Ted. I won this online, and look how cute. It's a yellow bear. Yeah. So, all right. I think we got Karen here coming back. Let me come back. And she's brought herself back up. Oh, nope. We lost it. Nope. Whoop. Nope, here she is.
Why does it, as soon as I try to put my video, as soon as I try to put the video on, as soon as I try to put one.
Yeah, you may have to mute your other tab there. Yeah, there you go. Did it kick you out when you brought it up?
Okay, so I say start cam, and
hello. Hello. Yes, hey buddy, how are you doing? Yeah. We're doing AI tonight. That's artificial intelligence. Yeah, you don't, yeah, it's not going to affect you, buddy. Yeah, he's not affected. That little bear, he's looking at me. I got him sitting over here. He's going to look at me. But yeah. Yeah, live on YouTube, Twitter. Got an echo because I think she had another tab open. I usually will mute everything else when I come up. All right, Karen, I'm back again.
It says the camera is gone. If I put start cam, it just goes completely off. I don't know.
Oh, really?
It was ever since I tried to play that thing. So let me see if I can play that. Let me see if I do present, share screen.
Yeah, no, Tom said in the chat, nobody wants to read my brain. Yeah, well, there's probably nothing left in there after all these years. I don't know.
Okay,
yeah, Tom says reboot. Yeah, you can try to reboot that.
Can you see this?
I can. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the one that I did completely on AI, but I made the photos up. Okay, so I hope it works.
5 signs to look out for animal abuse and how to report it. 1.
Yeah, Patrioters haven't given the bear a name.
Animal's body. 2. If the animal looks malnourished, dehydrated, with visible signs such as weight loss and sunken eyes. 3. Extreme fear or aggression or avoidance behavior in the animal. 4. Lack of proper shelter, such as a safe or dry place to rest. 5. Neglect of grooming, such as matted or dirty fur, overgrown nails, and untreated medical conditions. If you see or suspect that a person may be treating an animal badly, whether this be physical violence, neglect, or any form of cruelty, you should report this to the RSPCA's Cruelty Hotline. They're open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. You can contact them on 0300 1234 999 in the.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so did that work?
Yeah, that worked. Yeah, I heard it. It was yeah.
Now, why if I say start cam, it gives me press CTRL plus E. I don't know. I don't know what's happened with it. But anyway, I probably, like he said, I would probably have to reboot.
Yeah, probably, because I mean, you've only, well, you obviously no camera, but
yeah, it's as soon as I put it said on the little microphone, it says stop mic and cam. And as soon as I push that, it took my camera away, I guess. I don't know. It's gone. It's gone. So and if I push it again, I'm sure I'll lose you.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless, like I said, if you want to take yourself out and then reboot and come back in, you try that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can't with StreamYard here, even though we're co-hosting, I can't turn your camera on. I don't know.
Yeah, but it just says start cam. I push that. It says press Control E.
Yeah, seeing device not detected. Yeah. Life on YouTube. Yeah. Hey, that's Nick Nimmons got me started on my channel when I first started out a year ago, or I'll improve my channel when I was going full time last year. But yeah, he's and if y'all don't know, y'all in the chat, Nick Nimmin, he's live on Saturdays. He's really good to look at if you want to improve your channel, set up anything. He is a wealth of knowledge. I've met some great people from Nick Nimmin's live. No, yeah, I got some freedom. She already has the link. She can come in and out. She just can't get her camera started. And oh, she's muted. Yeah, Karen, you're muted. You want me to unmute you? Just let me know.
Okay, there, I'm unmuted.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I did do that. You remember when I said I'm trying to log back in? I shut down StreamYard. I went back to the original link, put it in Google. It's like,
Mhm. Let
so
me see.
that's bizarre. It says camera. It's not recognizing my camera. Anyway, we don't want to ruin the stream with that.
No,
Um,
sorry. Patriot is available, but you can troubleshoot. Yeah. Yeah, Patriot Nurse. This is through StreamYard, so it's not through YouTube. Well, it's streaming down through YouTube, but mainly we're relying on StreamYard to do this. And there is a setting which we can come in and we can show our camera, take our camera off. In fact, I can probably. Well, I'm not going to mess with anything. I was going to say I would try to stop my cam, but we may both go with our logos up. So
says integrated camera. Oh, yeah, I never changed anything.
yeah, AI. Hey, Karen, it's AI working against us here.
That's bizarre. But if I try to put it back in,
Well, if AI is running, I'm going to put my head back. I'm not going to sit here and fool around. Mr. Bear doesn't have to worry about. That thing is all. It's also. Man, I'm all discombobulated there. Yeah, see, I got my bear center. He's not affected. He's not affected at all.
check the PC settings might have changed. I had mine do that. What, it does that just in the middle. Hi, Gatson. Freedom Outdoors. Hi. Oh, you
Yeah.
can't see, but I'm waving like a mad woman. Nobody.
I was going to say I'll take myself and stop my camera, but I'm nervous to even
So
try
what did
that.
he say? Got some for okay, like he's really good. He's a ex-police
Yeah, there we
officer,
go. Now it's straight.
retired police officer. He'll know what to do. Check, Karen. Check PC settings.
Yeah,
PC.
PC settings. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So go to my PC and go to where in my PC? Camera. Camera.
Hey, look here.
Camera.
Hey, look at this. Karen Tom says after living near Chernobyl for 6 years, AI won't go near him.
Okay, wait. You're supposed to be helping me here.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Okay, well, hold on.
You can access your camera. Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, I can't. Let me see if you go. Well, all right. So if you go to settings, go down to the bottom, go to settings.
Yeah, I got camera.
All right. So you got camera. All right. So
Now
mine
access
says
to the camera on this device. On. That says on. 3D. Okay, I'm Skype.
I mean, when I bring mine up, I only see it says my camera and it's got my LG because it's an LG laptop and it's got that camera and it says high definition 720. I've got mirror my camera unchecked. And of course, I've got touch up my appearance.
Okay, it says it's on for this device, which I'm on. So why does it, and it says start camera. If I go to the 3 dots, it says stop mic /cam. Freedom, check your settings in the camera. I did that.
Yeah, and yeah, Gatson, I'm trying to look at her thing right here. All I can do is I can hover over with the 3 dots on her screen on the when I have her up on panel. All I can do is edit the name and edit mic settings. I can't mess with the camera.
And it's only got one camera to choose from.
Oh, really?
On StreamYard. And if I try to say start cam, it says press Control E. It never said that before. It just said that.
Oh, now she's gone. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird how you keep getting disconnected. That's another thing I kind of wonder.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I'm going to check my StreamYard settings to see if I can walk you through it. Oh, goody. Okay. Okay, so
what about if you click down there next to Leave Studio? It says having issues.
Oh, having issues.
That might give. Let me see if I click that. I mean, that's hopefully.
Yeah, I did that. It says having issues. Oh, it just says to email them.
Oh, it says chat. Yeah. Okay.
Or to chat. Okay, let's see if Gadsden can talk me through it because I've got settings on StreamYard. And the only thing it says is camera, integrated camera, which should be. Oh, let me see if that's the same camera on my. Oh, this is so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's always a hot mess when I'm around.
That's all right. I mean, like I said, we're learning, so.
Okay, so use camera to create an account picture. No. If you see a message from him, because I'm on this other.
Yeah, it says, Gasson says, in my StreamYard settings, I have 2 cameras, but only 1 camera.
What if I allow apps to access? It says camera is on for this device.
And I bring open my camera or in the settings, and I only have 1 camera. Obviously, that's the one on my facing the yeah. That's the camera that I have is on my laptop lid. So
camera. It says on, off, on.
Hey, Karen, what if you open up your camera on your laptop? Can you do that?
Open it on my laptop. What is that?
Yeah, like if I go down to the Windows bar, I type in, Windows, and I type in camera.
I'm on. It says it's on. It's everything. It says it's fine.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I would tell you, like what Tom had mentioned, is restart your whole laptop.
Yeah. So, I mean, but we're just about done anyway, unless you're going to stay on.
I mean, I can stay on for a little bit. That's no problem. I mean, we've got an hour and 15 minutes, so that's good.
Yeah.
I know we still got some people hanging around here. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's enjoyed tonight's stream.
I mean, the point is you can still see me, but
I can hear you. Yeah, you're still up. You just got your your logo there, but yeah, we can still hear you.
In my StreamYard settings, I have 2 cameras, but only 1 camera. Yeah, it says the camera that I'm using is on. It says it's on.
Oh, I do have one more thing I saw out on Facebook the other night, and it was somebody had said, let me bring it up here. I took a picture of it, and it said, let me get back up here. I hope I can find it. They were watching a TV show. Their husband was asleep, and they wanted to be real quiet. So I think they whispered in a command for Alexa to change the channel. And she was whispering when she said, Alexa, can you change the channel? And Alexa came back whispering, okay, I will change the channel. So it knew, seriously, it knew she was whispering, and it whispered back to her.
No,
it was no. I'm not. I'm not kidding you. I took a picture of it. Golly day. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. And
wait, guys. Can you just ask Gadson again? I've got a thing that says camera app. Is that my camera on my computer? How do I tell which camera?
No, Lexi says, go to settings, tap apps, tap permissions. If camera says not allowed or block, tap on it.
Yeah, it says allow apps access to your camera on.
Hey, Kevin, how are you? Tuber chat, welcome, man. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming out. We're just trying to troubleshoot StreamYard here.
It says, yeah, they're all on. Google.
They're all on.
Google. Yeah, they're all on. Yep. Every one of them is on.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I think okay, if I sign out completely again, but shut off you. Okay, let me try that. I'm going to come right out of it.
In the meantime, let's see what AI comes up with another joke. I'm going to go out here and let's see what happens. Tell me another joke. All right, here we go. It says certainly. Here's one more for you. And what do you call a snowman with a 6-pack? Now I'll let this sit out there for a second. What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? And well, hopefully Karen will be back in here in a minute. And this is all AI generated. I just put in tell me another joke, and it said that. So what do you call a snowman with a six-pack? And the answer is, if anybody's typed it in there, oh, hey, you're back. All right. What happened?
I don't know. I just went to shut down the computer.
Well, let me tell the answer. Let me tell the answer real quick.
Okay, sorry.
What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? And it said an abdominal snowman.
Oh no, I didn't.
But
hear
yeah, what happened? What'd you do? My head's
I
getting.
don't know. I went to shut down completely, and another screen was there, and it said add, like it was a StreamYard, add yourself. So I
did
just
it. Oh, because I know you took yourself out of the panel and then
I completely shut down StreamYard.
oh,
and
you
then,
shut down. You didn't restart. Okay, well maybe that just needed that.
hey Gadsden, you can come back up. You can come up on screen with us. He does amazing videos as well.
Yeah.
You could tell us.
Welcome in, Tuber Chad. Good to see you out here tonight. Thank you for coming out. If you want to drop your link in my chat, and that's in Yellow Shirt Dad chat, you can just type in the word yellow. It will drop your link.
Welcome back. That song, welcome back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's interesting. Why? Hey, we learn something every day.
I might need a permission issue. Okay, so if we drop the link just for Gadsden, he's a retired police officer as well. So if we drop the link, how do we do that? In the chat?
I can drop it.
But then don't let anybody in, and I know what he looks like. So this is Irish Detective. You know Irish Detective.
Yeah, I've just dropped the link. You gotta show yourself. I gotta see you on camera before I bring you up.
There, Gadsden, Irish Detective. He's got the link in there now. So yeah, I don't know what happened.
Well, short of restarting, you shut down, so that cut the connection.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like, yes, Gadsden has a great cut. Yeah, I like his channel. And I wanted to always ask him, is that his property that he's out in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just absolutely gorgeous. And might be moving to Texas. Did you see the link?
Yeah, it might be a couple seconds behind on the chat with what we're talking. So I'll leave it out there for a little bit, then I'll delete it.
Wait, I might have to put it. He might be in my chat.
Oh, he's in your chat? Okay.
So how do I put?
You should go down to
invite.
You should go invite. Yeah, there you go.
Is that how you do it?
Yep. Invite, copy the link, and then.
Oh, that's why you can't see it. Okay, copy, and then what do I do? Go to chat?
Yeah, go to the chat and paste it in there. Hey, Susan from Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, how are you? Good to see you.
Look at that. We learned something new. There you go. There you go. It's in there now.
Yeah, it's in Karen's chat. Yeah, and I know y'all can't see my chat. I thought when we were going to dual stream that, and we'll have to figure that out because I've seen other people dual streaming, and they're able to see the chat from both streams.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, we got him. Come on up.
Okay, so we got to add him, don't we?
Yeah, add him. Yeah, here I can add him if you want.
Okay. There.
Hey, how are you?
Good evening.
2 retired police officers in one day.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Did you get to see police off the cuff, or did you come in later? Oh,
I gotta fix.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I just want to put the name up there for you, Dennis, so everybody can see you.
No, I had to turn my sound off. I was getting the echo.
Oh. So did you see us when Bill came on?
No, I didn't see Bill.
Bill, yeah, police off the cuff. So he was talking about, what was he talking about? Iris detectors or whatever. Scanners.
Oh, eye scanners.
Yeah. Do you know anything about them?
That's kind of new technology. I mean, that's
Yeah.
way after my time.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, and then when he mentioned that, I'd never heard of that. I mean, I've heard of fingerprints, but not the retinal scanners going that far.
Well, they also have facial recognition that's been used for probably 20 years, and
Wow.
that's in all the transportation systems.
Hmm.
I'm getting such a halo here. See what I can do.
Are you getting
Yeah,
an echo or?
I was telling a story that when we come into America, Canadians don't have to do it, but my partner had to do it, and he had to get his eyes scanned and fingerprinted when we came into America.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I've never heard of
but
that.
yeah, they don't make Canadians do it, but
Hmm.
yeah, and they
I
have
mean,
to
they can-
fill in a form to say that they have no. You have to fill that in at about 48 hours before that you have no criminal record. It's quite cool. It's like a
Mhm.
lot, you
Okay.
know, it's a lot of technology out there. And
I'm sure
when
a lot of it is.
when you go into airports now, you just scan your passport, right? Because you put everything on and you just scan it. When we come into the European, I don't know if you guys have that, but you just literally scan it, and so you don't have to go through customs like that. Like you still have to
Oh,
go
wow,
through.
Mhm.
I haven't traveled in quite some time, so.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy.
most of this is after September 11th.
Oh,
Mm.
You know,
okay.
prior to September 11th, it was walk through the airport. But now they got the iris detection,
Mhm.
facial recognition. They can actually, there's an air print. You can identify somebody through their ear. Everybody's ears are like
Really?
fingerprints. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Through
Yep.
your ear. Wow.
The shape of your ear and the curvatures in your ear is almost like your
Uh-huh.
fingerprints.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't know you could do that. What? So it's a device that how do they do that? I mean, what would they stick something in, or is it? I mean, that would be
Just like a facial scan,
oh
you
my
can scan your
gosh.
ear.
Oh,
Well, like
wow.
the eye
Uh-huh.
scanners, they measure the distance between your pupils to your nostrils,
Mhm.
to the side of your face, so they can reconstruct somebody 3D by doing these
Oh,
scans.
holy mackerel.
We have that
Hmm.
at Heathrow Airport. You have
That's
to do a full
wow.
body scan in Heathrow Airport.
Uh,
Yeah, and they can see everything.
I mean, well, they have that here
It's
in America, in the US. You could, I mean, I've gone through them standing there and they scan, they circle around and scan, and then usually I get stopped every time and they'll pull me out and say, "What have you got in your pocket?" Or they'll see something on my side of my pants and it's a zipper or something. But yeah, I've always had to go through that.
I mean, the
Well,
times that I traveled, I got pulled out because I have a knee replacement.
Mhm.
oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
they'll
okay.
make me take my shoes off and do the bond detection.
Yeah.
It's a pain.
No, it's a
Oh,
pain, but
wow.
for a woman, when we're in there, I'm more worried about keeping my stomach sucked in. I'm going,
Uh,
no.
yeah, but like,
Yeah, I had I had medication in my pocket one time, and they were. I mean, I got out and they said, "What are you carrying anything on you right now?" I'm like, I totally forgot about I had medication in that little small pocket of my jeans, and I'm like, "No, I don't have anything." And then he's like, "I'm going to ask you one more time. What do you have in your?" I'm like, and that made me search. I'm like, "Oh, well, here's my medication," but they saw that on the screen, so I'm like, "Geez." I mean, I
well,
totally forgot all about it.
it's like if you go like a lot of the amusement parks here, especially in Florida, they all have the metal
Mhm.
detectors. I'll
Yeah.
give a little trade secret. So on the back side of it, there's light bars.
Mhm.
So when you walk through, if there's any type of metal or object, that light
Mhm.
lights up where the object is. So that's how they know to
Oh.
go directly to that spot.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
it's like
wow.
they can set the sensitivity, like for knee
Mhm.
replacements and joint replacements,
Mhm.
because the metal has a different density.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, Eric was saying, what if you are claustrophobic? But the ones I've been in have all been clear glass, so I didn't feel like I was trapped or anything. And it's so quick. It's you don't really stay in there that long.
I just remember when everything changed after 9/11, and I used to bring my water bottle in full of gin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. They make you throw all that stuff away.
I know.
Yeah, you can't even take toothpaste with you.
No, you can't. I mean, I went in there with a Diet Coke. It was not open. They said, no, you cannot bring anything past that. You have to throw it away. I'm like, it's not even open. They said, no, you throw it away. You have to buy it on the other side. Once you get in through TSA, you have to go and you have to buy it there. So welcome in, everybody. I know I've seen a couple people come in. Eagles Trekker, Jersey Love Steph. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into my chat here. We're all talking about artificial intelligence. We've got some good guest speakers on the panel tonight. And so welcome to everybody.
Yeah, it's I mean, how many times have I sat, before going in and drinking everything, eating everything, because I thought I'm not throwing it away.
Mm-hmm. But it's
now it's just like I might as well wait till I get the other side. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. After 9/11, all the with us with the Constitution, a lot of people have a problem with all these laws, but I don't know if it's me coming from a law enforcement point, but I look at it as more trying to protect us than violating my rights.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of people have problems.
Yeah. If I had to say something about the Patriot Act, it's only as how did they come up with that so fast after 9/11? It's got me kind of thinking, wow, because that's a pretty thick document and they came up with it so quickly. But, that would be my only thing. Is how did they already have it ready? Did they already have it ready to go or what, or had they been working on it? I don't know.
Gene, can we have Dennis just introduce himself because
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't see the chat.
And then you can tell people about your channel and everything, and then we'll put a link as well after. Okay, so there you got full stage.
Great. Hi everyone. I'm Dennis Desmond, retired NYPD detective. Also have a YouTube channel, Gadsden Freedom Outdoors, which involves everything outdoors from hunting, shooting, guns, cooking, grilling, crabbing, fishing. If it's outdoors, it's going to be on our channel eventually.
Yeah, it's really good. How do we do that? Exit.
I've got it. It's
okay. Yeah, so you had some really
good,
you were talking about you did some flyovers. That was pretty good. And
the drones, yes.
Yeah,
well,
the drones.
Bill is my brother, like Duty Ron is. We're both licensed 107 drone, part 107 drone licensed pilots.
Okay.
So if you use a drone commercially, you got to be federally licensed, but you can do it recreational, but still got to be licensed. So he has a real estate business that he uses his drones for. But we both have aviation background, so it's kind of in the blood, like with me with law enforcement. Thank you, Jersey Love Steph. I appreciate that.
And Dennis, you said your channel name is Gadsden Freedom Outdoors.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Gadsden.
Do you want me to get it and we'll show it on the screen?
I've dropped his link into my chat, so.
But we can do a
plus. If you want to check his channel out.
I can do a plus. Watch this magic. Okay, Gadsden. You keep talking.
It's gonna get fancy on us.
Hey, I dropped it in the private chat, Karen. If you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think I can click on it though. Can I?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. And everybody in my chat, you want to check him out. Again, that's going to be Gadsden Freedom Outdoors.
I won't be able to play it because he's got a lot of music on his, but we can probably show it. We can just show it. I can just show it like this without. No, this has come up with a whole bunch of different people. Just a minute.
Yeah, it's all right. If you drop the link, it's good.
It is. I got it.
Yeah,
There. But
it's a work in progress.
yeah.
Well, I was telling
this one
everybody
really
earlier.
won't help.
Yeah, I was telling everybody earlier if y'all want to check out Nick Nimmin, I looked at his channel. He's got a lot of great ideas on how to put your channel together, how to improve it, how to make playlists, how to make things like that.
Yeah, like it's most of people know that I'm retired Irish detective because I think I'm subscribed to your channel as well on that account. So like when I'm on with duty, Ron, I'm usually on retired Irish detective account. Like Cheryl, Lexi, Karen knows me. Everybody just says hi, Dennis. Gadsden's kind of long to say in chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've seen you in duty, Ron. I've gone over and checked him out. Also with Joey Brooklyn. I don't know if you probably know him.
Yes. Yep.
He's a good role. He's a good guy. I've gone out and looked at him by going into his lives. He up there. I think he was up there crabbing in Long Island not a couple of days ago. It was actually cold. So
it's cold here. It's in the 60s.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, there's the channel.
Now, how big does it come? How big? Oh, that's quite cool. Yeah. Now I do have to change the settings. Why is it blurry? Is it blurry for you guys?
I mean, I could see it in mine.
Yeah, it could also be that banner. That banner is kind of a work in progress.
No, but it's perfectly clear on mine. But I can't. Oh, settings. Just a second. Let me just get it clear for a second. Because on YouTube, it's not showing very clear. Oh, what happened? Oh no, forget it. I can't do these things.
Yeah, that's bringing up your settings.
Forget it. You got to see it.
I mean, we can see it. It's okay. We can see it.
Yeah, they can go on the link if they want to. I appreciate that though very much.
Yeah.
And everybody.
Now, how do
I always tell this to everybody.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's gone.
Yeah, and I always tell everybody if you go out, if you go out to the channels that we drop links in, make sure you watch a video, leave a comment, at least a 3-minute video, because YouTube does not like that sub for sub thing going out. So at least watch a video, and that way he'll know who comes out there. Leave him a comment. He'll know who comes out there and be able to get back with y'all. So
yeah, and Joey,
that's what I do. Like I'll watch it, your videos, and I'll hit the like button. Might not leave a comment, but then I'm going, I should leave a comment so they know I'm actually here watching it. And it's like, I'm always at the computer editing or doing research, and it's a good thing I'm retired.
Well, it is. It's like a full-time job. I can tell you that. I can tell you without a doubt, it's a full-time job being out here on YouTube, trying to create content, help other people out, look at their work, your work, and doing everything else like that. But it's fun. I love it. And yeah,
I mean, my dog just had major surgery, so like I can't even go out and go crabbing or go fly the drone. So I got like another 6 weeks of not being able to do much.
Oh, really? Because of the that's terrible.
Now, Dennis, let me ask you something. Do you have to have a license to do a drone, or maybe you addressed that earlier? I don't know. Do you have to have a license for certain drones or a license overall?
So you could fly it in your backyard technically without a license, but they have a recreational license.
Okay.
And then they have a federal aviation administration license.
Okay.
So if you ever hear Part 107, that's a commercial license.
Oh, okay.
But like, I just got my Part 107 because we're going to get involved with doing search and rescue. And also if we're out crabbing or filming and we get stopped, there's no issues because I have a federal license.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I'd heard about it, but I get different things from different people. So it's interesting, but yeah, it makes sense.
My daughter's in Thailand right now, and look at the
wow.
Look at the restaurant. Can you see it?
That's
You see
awesome.
where it's a big crab on it.
A
Oh.
crab
Yeah.
or an octopus?
Looks like an octopus.
Oh, is it an octopus? See, I don't even know my animals. My fish.
It looks like
My
it. I mean, they.
fish. Oh, I thought it was a crab. This is what happens when you get older.
Almost like you gotta sit there. Mine's reversed. So
Yeah.
to go right, I gotta go left. Yeah, it's like almost like that.
I think I was doing that on Duty Ron's channel one time, trying to hold something up.
Yeah,
What
I
are those
know.
things in his hand, you guys?
Oh yeah, okay, I can see that.
What is
You
that?
got to back it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh.
back it up. It looked
Is
like
that a marshmallow?
I thought it was
I don't know. It
eggs.
looks like it has some writing on it, but
Eggs
It looks like an egg, maybe.
or cupcakes with icing on them. Oh my god! I thought it was a crab. Okay, yeah, octopus. Oh, the idea of eating octopus. My mom loves
It's actually
octopus.
really good. It's good.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
love
you-
seafood.
Do you? Now, do
Yeah.
you eat any of the animals that you hunt for?
Yes, I think, was it you that asked me that question? I think it was you that asked me the question about firearms.
Yeah.
I only hunt to feed myself and my family. I don't do it for a sport.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah.
Even fishing. If I'm fishing, I'm catching.
Mhm.
I'm either taking it home and eating it, or I'm giving it away.
Yeah.
I don't do it for a sport. The only thing I do for a sport is going to the range and practicing.
Mhm.
Other than that, if I'm hunting, there's means for it. Sushi,
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check your channel out. Now ask you, have you done a catch and cook with fishing? Or I know I want to try that one time, but I've seen a couple
So
people do it.
I did a crabbing video called One Crab. I
Mhm.
actually I haven't uploaded it yet because it was kind of like do a cook and clean on one crab, but I might
Mhm.
upload it as a short.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Tr-
yeah.
Trying to get Joey to do it because I mean he just caught like what 8 crabs the other day.
He caught
Mhm.
loads. He was like catching them
Yeah.
left and right. And those
Yeah, I
blowfish,
was-
I've never seen those before.
Oh.
Those are
Mhm.
cool. Like, so do
But
they?
those are babies.
So what do they fill up? Are they always looking like that? I've seen.
Think
Do
of
they
think of a
grow up
chicken leg.
They
When you
what?
cook them, and you take off this outer skin, it looks like a chicken leg,
Hmm.
and that's how you cook it.
Oh,
But
geez.
those are small. I've seen them 10, 12 inches, like deep sea fish, and I've seen very large blowfish, and they keep them.
Wow. So what are those blue see-through things in Florida? Because I heard they're quite a delicatessen, but they look weird. It's like they're see-through blue.
See
The
through
blue
blue.
crabs are.
No, what are they called? I can't remember. But anyway, I hate. I like fish, but I have like sometimes I don't like them. Like if it's too seafoody. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
cod or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, down here, we have a ton of fish in Florida, but my favorite is called a hogfish,
okay. Oh.
and it's a very white, flaky fish.
Oh yeah, I
I don't
do
know
like
what fish you have over in the UK. Trying to. I don't know
I
what
know
to compare it to.
Oh, is it like yeah, flake? No, plate. Oh,
Do you have flounder there?
Lexi is I think Lexi's in
I know we
the
have
UK.
flounder here, but
Well, flake or plate, plat, something like that. That's a fish that's white and flaky.
All right. Well, I can compare more to flounder.
Flounder. Oh, okay.
To me,
mean,
it's the
I
best
do-
tasting fish there is.
I found out I liked crab when it was put on the barbecue because my dad brought a bunch of like crab home.
Halibut.
And
Mhm.
as long as and I don't like that sauce. So if I put lemon juice, I loved it. But as soon as it was boiled, I didn't like it if it's put on the barbecue and with just lemon. It's delicious. So I think if people want to try halibut, people are talking about all the different kinds of fishes.
Halibut's like, that's mainly in Alaska here in the States.
Place. Place,
it-
it's called. The fish is called place. Place. That's a white, flaky fish here, and it is delicious. It is like a nice
Yeah.
place.
That's probably the only fish that I will not freeze or put in a refrigerator. When I catch a hogfish, I cook it that night because there's no
okay.
moisture in it. So, like, if you put it in the freezer, it just breaks apart.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
there's
boy.
just so many different types of fish here in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody loves crabs.
I'm hoping to get back out. We still have some time here with the weather, so
Yeah.
And what are
I can
those fish
escape.
that you wrap in bacon? Scallops. I love scallops.
Oh.
Scallops. That's what place tastes like. Scallops. Tastes like that kind of.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's equivalent to our skates. It almost looks like a stingray.
Oh, that's the one I was trying to think of in Florida. So what is, if I look it up on the internet,
It
should
might
say-
be skate what you're thinking of.
What is
Hmm.
place?
Yeah,
Place.
Eric is on there.
Fish.
Oh, monkfish are those big, really
Europe-
ugly looking
yeah.
Right,
fish.
it says European place, and that's what it looks like. Ooh, it does look terrible. To accept everything. Okay. Oh. It's a big flat fish.
That looks just like a flounder or a halibut.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it does
It's a
look like
big
that. Yeah.
flat one.
Hmm.
And it is
Yeah,
it is good. I must say it is good. And the next picture is like it's really thick. It's a nice taste.
Mhm.
Yeah, that looks exactly like a flounder. I mean, halibuts get big. They get really big.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're quite big.
Yeah,
And
I've seen some of those
you
caught that are huge.
they're and then that's another picture of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks just like a flounder.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
that's
it does.
that's
Yeah.
the fish I like here. Place it's called.
Okay.
But if I go to America, it's called flounder. It's hard to remember all this. Monkfish. Oh, monkfish is so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
don't think I've had that either.
I've had it a couple times, and it is a nice. Yeah. So they're saying Erica's given us all kinds of fish here. Are all the flat fish? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I would have said monkfish is not as flaky as the flat place fish,
Flounder.
as the flounder. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it's not-
halibut. I mean, I've seen like the fishing shows in Alaska, 300-400 pounds. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
And then I've
they're
seen the.
flat. I mean, they're probably about 6 inches thick, but they're flat.
Mhm.
they must be beautiful.
I've seen them on. Was it River Monsters? I've seen them on there. I can't
Yep.
remember the guy's name, but yeah, he's had some of them there that were huge.
Geesh.
Yeah, that's one of my trips that I want to go on is to Alaska.
Mhm.
Alaska. Oh,
Fish and chips. But see that like fish and chips, that's potato chips for you,
Mhm.
isn't it? That's French fries for me.
French fries, yeah.
now you're getting me confused. It's like if I'm around American people or if I'm drinking, I'll go to the other side of the car to get in because I forget that I'm in England. So I'm in England and we call crisps
Crisp.
are chips. Like
Oh, really?
take ones you pull out of a bag.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
They're called crisps.
Crisp. Huh.
And French fries here are called chips.
Yep.
Oh, that's the fish and chip. Yeah.
Yeah, I have quite a few friends. I forget what I think they were southern part.
Mhm.
And like
Oh.
I used to play on the PlayStation with my son, and I would play, and it's just hysterical because I'd say one thing, they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I got French fries in the oven." They're like, "No, those are chips." I'm like, "No." I was like, "I'm not having tea and biscuits now." I mean, it was great because they were great guys, and that's like
Mhm.
with the shooting with the guns. They'd be like, "Yeah, we're going out shooting." I'm like, "You can't take a water gun out in the woods." They're like, "No, we got BB guns." I'm like, "That's
Yeah.
not hunting." And then I show them pictures
Yeah.
of me going hunting with my son, and they're like, "No, I hate you." I'm like,
Mhm. Well, it's almost like saying soda pop and cola, and
"Yeah,
same
Yeah.
thing. It's
but
like I hear pop.
pops is an older thing."
Yeah, I'll see people say pop, and I'm like, what? No, just grab me a soda or grab me a Coke or Pepsi or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call
fish and chips.
it's pop is here. It's different here. It's like a private chat. Oh, what is the
Mhm.
private chat? Oh, I see what you meant when you said you sent me.
Oh, the link to his page I sent you in a private chat. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's
Have
right. I don't
you
even know.
been learning StreamYard too, Dennis? Like,
Well, I thought it was Streamlabs, but
Mhm.
Ron messed me up, and I'm
Oh,
trying
really?
to go live, and it didn't happen. And he's like, "What are you doing? It's StreamYards. You use Streamlabs for your chat box." So I got that
Uh,
figured out.
oh,
But like using your cell phone to use StreamYard is horrible.
oh, is
I
it?
haven't tried it on my cell yet. Oh no,
I thought
Oh,
about. So it's really bad. I thought about using it because I'm paying for the StreamYard with what I'm using here. I thought maybe so it's probably not even worth it to get it on the phone.
um, well, you can.
you can
Lexi
just
and Cheryl, they've been to a few of the lives, and like I have an intro, I have an ending. So
Hmm.
I got to stand in front of the camera, hit the off screen, let the intro play, and find the on screen button, turn the intro off,
Oh,
Oh
and
oh,
you
I
no.
want to
got you.
keep it
You got that.
sideways so you can get the wide view. It's
Uh-huh.
horrible.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
I'm just gonna use my
people have always,
phone.
yeah, people have always said that whenever you go live, make sure you have your phone set in you know, set like this or up, whichever way you want to do it, because it's going to take it right as you start. So,
Well, doing
I've
it
just gone on as
panoramic is the best way.
yeah, yeah, oh
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's what I would do.
I've gone on as a guest with my phone when I have joined a couple, like when I've joined Duty Ron. But
Mhm.
it yeah, it's not good because you don't have the right lighting and everything. And I got this box light because of my glasses. I could always see the
Yeah,
ring
but
in it.
it's I
So
Mhm.
mean it's
a
like
soft box light is really good.
well, like
Yeah.
the PC has a box light on it, but then I can't
Mhm.
see nothing.
Yeah,
So then I don't
same.
think this is probably gonna blind you. But
Oh,
I
okay, I can
have
see
these
it.
light towers,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
and I have one posted up. Actually, that's pretty good right there.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
little
good.
bright. So like I got a new computer desk and everything else. So I'm kind of like still setting everything up.
Mhm.
And then like the amount of hardware between me and my brother Bill it's ridiculous. Just
Well,
trying to get
then,
cameras and attachments.
I've
oh,
had to buy some lighting. You can probably see it in my glasses with the
Yeah.
O-ring lighting, and I've got another one because I can't have any light come from behind me. Like if I start earlier in the day, then I have to turn all these on, but it makes a difference. Actually, sometimes it make it look a little bit better than what I was using.
Yeah, I mean this one's good. I have different.
that's a
That's
better
what I was
light
trying to
on
play
your
with
face
before.
now. That one's good. The
So
one just before that was just perfect. Nope, next
yeah,
one
you got
up.
an
There.
orange. Yeah.
No.
Orange. Yeah, let me see if I can.
Now, I don't know if she's still in, but Canadian Family Life. Oh my gosh, her husband did some amazing lighting for their videos. They do
Oh,
plants and
then.
stuff. He made them all.
Okay.
Um,
Oh wow.
but he shows how he made it and everything.
Mhm.
But I mean, I think like I watched this one lady. She does cooking, and she seems like a really nice, like older lady and everything, right? And I thought, oh, isn't that cute? Well, she did it behind the scenes. Oh my God, she's got like 12 people helping her. She's got lights and cameras. And here I thought she was just a little old lady in the back of her.
Mhm.
So like, I want to do one of those videos. I want to like set. I just bought a new camcorder for like 4K and everything. So like I want to set a camera up behind everything, showing everybody like I got these attachments going on. I got this camera set up here, a notebook, but it's just so much more that you have to get yourself involved in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. It's like the live streaming. To me, it's you got to do the research so you get your facts out.
Yeah.
So
But
hard.
most of the stuff I do, if I record for say a half an hour, I will spend 4 to 6 hours editing,
Mhm.
throwing all the pizzazz stuff in the videos.
Mhm.
Wow.
So there's just like so much more into it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
I've
Yeah,
done a
that's what
couple of pre-recorded videos with StreamYard, and it chops off my voice a lot. And so it's really difficult to get a nice smooth. And then they said you have to pay for the next one up. So we've already paid for the one up, but to get that beautiful, like no, I thought, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, I think
Yeah.
the next step is like what, having 10 guests on and
Yeah, but we have 10 guests
100.
now. We can have 10 guests, right?
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm not.
With our paid one. It was 240.
I think it's you can have up to 10 on panel.
Yeah.
And that'd be
So-
Oh yeah, so I have the middle one where like I get 4K some of the time or a certain amount of time of 4K. So you got the upgrade package.
Oh no, we don't
Yeah.
have the upgrade then. Because
That must be premium because I can't
We don't-
stream
we
in
can't
4
use
I can't
1080.
stream at the like the 1080 thing.
Okay.
We can only do 720. So I think there's the free version, the basic, and then the premium, or the third level up that where you get the 1080 and the 4K views. So
yeah, I had 1080 at the beginning for the first month.
Yep.
Gave it to me free.
yeah,
Then I paid, and then I went with nothing. And then I just bought the 240 pound one, whatever
Yeah.
it is in America. I don't know.
yeah, it's about
Or is it
$240.
$240? It could be. Yeah.
$240,
Okay.
$250, yeah. And that way we can, like what Karen and I are doing tonight, we're dual streaming, so
Yeah.
we can go down.
Yeah.
You can't do that with the free version. You can do that with the next level up and the other one, and that gives us a chance to get supposedly what they tell you is more watch hours are coming down for you if you do that.
Well, I know on YouTube you can in the settings select like if Karen starts it, you
Mhm.
can also share it on your channel.
Yeah.
So
We
you
were
get the
doing
double
that.
exposure.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
were doing that, but what we found is it's really hard to manage the chat and do everything. So now
Yeah,
I can, like, for example, I can put up the chat, I can put up that, right? Or I can,
Right.
right? So, and I can get my thumbnail ready so that my thumbnail is different to his.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
it has a lot of benefits, and legally, right? Legally,
Yeah.
it is much
Yeah.
better to co-stream because
Okay.
legally then we can have the same video because we're co-authors, right? And if you do it the way you're doing it, because that's the way we were doing it, technically they could say it's copyright, or YouTube could just say they don't want, like, it's like
using the
multiple
same, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And that way too, and also when we're doing this, she can do things while I'm talking, I can do things while she's talking, and it's not so much like trying to run. When I was doing it by myself, I missed the chat or I missed something, and it's a lot to keep up with. So it makes the job a little bit easier. So
Yeah. I installed a second monitor because Ron was
Yeah.
like, you need to get 2 or 3 monitors. And I'm like,
mhm.
oh.
Yeah, and I
I
thought
got
about
a
doing
second
that.
monitor.
But with Dennis,
Mhm.
we now that I know you're on StreamYard as well, we can, like, because Yellow Shirt Dad and I, we use it as well to just chat and learn about different
Yeah.
things and practice with each other. Because, like, if we knew people were coming on board before, then we can do it so you're sharing it as well. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and
I'm all for
because
that.
I don't know what your
Yeah,
watch
it's
hours are like, but like I think Jean's getting quite close. I'm
close.
about
It's halfway.
halfway.
Yeah.
No, I'm
I
not even
think
halfway. What am I talking? I'm halfway to the
I mean, I'm
3,000.
halfway to 3,000 watch hours, which enables you to get the super chats
Yeah.
right.
and the donations and alive. But I mean, I'm not even. It's halfway to that. So another, get the 4,000. That's gonna. I probably think I might make it by the next year. I mean, maybe sooner, but
So, and what are you getting yours, or what are the hours like? Are you the same problem? It's like,
We are at just about 800 hours. We only started in May, so
oh,
to
that's
me
good
that's a
though.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's good too because like me, it goes on a 365-day cycle.
Yep.
So when I get to that year, I'm almost tell people if you're going to run my playlist, run the newer stuff that I did this year. Don't go to the ones back because I don't think that helps.
Yep.
It's only the new stuff that helps you out. Yeah.
But see, like
Yeah.
for our channel, we're gonna have issues because a lot of our stuff is
Mhm.
shooting guns, hunting,
Oh yeah.
processing animals. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do a membership only just for
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Because
that's true.
when you're monetized, you can't even touch a gun.
No.
You can't touch one. Even the dials on a scope, you can't even touch them.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but I understand it.
Yeah. Cheryl, you need, she's asked a question.
Yeah. I follow a
You
fishing
you
channel and
need,
they had that issue with
oh,
hunting.
sorry.
With
Yeah.
showing how they want to show the process of what they do, and
Mhm.
YouTube's like, no, you can't show all that. So yeah, you'd have to almost make it private or
Yeah.
I'm gonna
members
have
only,
to.
like you said, members. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Aussie
Yeah.
Wogs, how are you?
So what I was going to say, sorry, Cheryl asked a question. You need 3,000 hours to get, so people can pay you super chats and stuff like that. And then, and set up, so we could set up private chats. Like I would like to do that because then I could do some legal training. So help people to
Yeah.
fill in forms and stuff like that. But I would want them private. Maybe tutorials, because I've been doing a lot of tutorials lately to see how they go, but they would be better on a private, like, right, on a membership,
Yeah.
because that people, if
Yeah.
they want it, they can look at it, but it's not like on my main channel.
Yep.
And then you need like 4,000 to get monetized. But even if you get monetized, you still need a lot of watch time
Yeah.
to
Yep.
get any money. That makes it worthwhile. And I've
Yeah.
talked to a lot of creators. I was online with one the other day, and they were actually showing what they made, right, over the 10 years that they'd been on YouTube. And it was like, they had to really step up their game.
Mhm.
I
I know
mean,
once
I think
you get up there, yeah, it's almost like you almost have to get maybe 100,000, 200,000 before you really start. And they have to watch your videos. You have to get the view time. You have to get the
yep.
people hitting that like button for you at least see something good. So at least something you
But
could
like
rely on.
Yeah, go on.
I've
Sorry.
noticed we've tested loading up different videos and shorts,
Mhm.
and it's like hit or miss. It's not like I've noticed like the ones with hunting is a very popular, very high demand keyword,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but it seems to get the less views
Hmm.
because like we don't have like a specific thing. It's just pretty much what we want to do, but it's all
Yeah.
outdoors.
Yeah, but it's
You
funny
know,
because
it's
I did a video on Instagram and it got over 3,000 views. On YouTube, it got like 24. So, and on
Mhm.
Facebook, I think it got 550 something.
we
So
just started exploring that. Yeah, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
just kind of posting the videos, and if it takes off, it takes
Yeah.
off. That's the way I look at it, because
Like I was telling Jean, what you got to do is make sure they're over a minute. So you do some shorts, but do the over a minute, right? And that will be
a
really
minute on the
basically.
short.
No, but they're not then a short then, but then they count
Yeah.
for
Right.
hours. They count for your time, right?
Like I do my quick videos, it'll be a minute or more. It won't be like 40
Like,
seconds, or
yeah.
it'll at least be
Okay.
1 minute or higher. Yeah.
And then I
And
can
that's
show
just
you
to make
how to
sure that,
link a
yeah.
longer. Yeah. I
Hey,
can show
Katie's
you how to
Kitchen. Good to see you.
Yeah, so I can show you how to link a short to a longer video, and
Oh
then
yes, I've done that already.
okay,
Yeah.
and then like, but I was telling Jean, you're just missing that time.
Yeah. I didn't know.
At like 55 seconds, and I said,
Mhm.
why don't you scan the area and let people see where you are? Because
Mhm.
I feel like it's so quick, you're off too soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause
that's
what
like
I'm
when
interested in. I like
I
to
do
get
a short, it's like 3 minutes long, and I got to sit down and cut it because I like to talk. I like to explain things, and you can't, like, a lot of stuff I'm doing, you can't explain it there, a
Mhm.
minute,
no.
especially when it comes to guns and safety. And it's like, I can't
No.
do it.
Yeah.
No, you're better
So,
off to do the to I was telling Jean that I get better watch time on a 5 minute to 25-minute video than I do on a 2 hour live.
Mhm.
I didn't think of it that, yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so but that other video can take me all day and the day before to research, and if I'm working
Hmm.
hard, I can
Mhm.
only do it at night, this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just started today. I'm going to do a full, I think me and Bill are going to go live with it, but it's going to be the castle doctrine and stand your
Oh.
ground laws.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
That's really huge, but we're deciding we want to go live or not because there's just so much details and so many facts that
Yeah.
involve this that it
Have
might
you
be too
seen the
much.
Have you seen the popcorn case? The
No.
popcorn shooter? You'll learn everything you need to know about stand your ground laws just watching that. He's a Florida man, he's an ex-police officer, and he still carried, and he went to a theater to watch a movie. Some guys
Yes. Okay.
with him, and but what's really good is that they have a pre-hearing for everything, and then they had another hearing, and oh my god, that was the best because they had such good experts on stand your ground laws, and I was just praying that he wasn't going to be found guilty. But it was a sad case. But I am so upset with the amount of elderly abuse, or like people that have no respect for. In the olden days, olden days, but I was brought I was brought up
Yeah.
that if somebody's older than you, you give them respect no matter what. Like you
Mhm.
just do that.
Yes. Yep.
So I was kind of, yeah. But anyway,
I was
so
just busting somebody's somebody's chops, Lexi, the other day, because she's like, "Yes, sir," and I'm like, "Did you just serve me?" I'm like,
Lexi's on the
but
screen.
it is. It's a respect thing. It is,
Yeah. It's respect. Yeah.
That's like,
Yes,
me, Ron, or Bill. We use the word brother. It's just a high
Mhm.
respect.
no,
'Cause
Lexi, she's got a question. Does it help to leave comments? Will, depending on what the comments are, if they're always the same comments, YouTube will start
Mhm.
getting upset. If it's a different comment, they will. I try to like a video like about halfway through, because if you just like it when you come in, then YouTube could get upset.
Mhm.
But
oh,
don't forget,
really? Okay.
yeah, don't forget they're paying. They're gonna pay somebody. They're not paying me yet. They're not paying you yet, and they're not paying Jean
Right.
yet. So we're not
Mhm.
be as heavily looked at, right? From that
Hmm.
point of view. But once you start getting paid, they're like any business, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna wonder, is this all set up? That's why
Oh, I mean, that's the whole thing.
we both said we want to grow naturally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not.
We
It'll
don't
get
want,
there. It's a marathon. It'll get there. It's not something that's going to
Oh,
happen overnight.
exactly. It's if it
Yeah. I mean,
happens, it happens.
yeah, exactly.
We
mhm.
we look at it. If it happens and we get a check, whatever, every month or quarterly, to go to a new camera or something to make a video with for the people. That's
Mhm.
it's not going to make me a Mr. Beast to anybody like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Who is Mr. Beast? I've heard of
Oh
him.
gosh, Jimmy.
he is the #1 person on YouTube. He's estimated over close to $1 billion
Yeah.
worth just from YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember seeing him when he was just, 200,000, 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But he got the videos out. He did the right thing. Did a good business model for it. So yeah, hats off. He did it good.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
he's good too.
yeah, his
Yeah.
stuff is real funny, and that's all it started off was comic
Mhm.
jokes and pranks, and that's
Yeah, I
it.
like
I
the
mean,
pranks.
okay,
Yeah. It is
it's
funny.
dropping what a school bus down on cars and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Lexi, that's yeah, I know it was you. That's why I said I was busting your chops about calling me sir.
That is funny. No, and
You want me
I think a lot of people are putting music on their YouTube. That means
Mhm.
you can't. It's very, very strict. So if I wanted to play something of yours in one of my videos, I
Mhm.
can't do it because you've got the music on. So I tend to only use music a few times, but really it's probably better not to use it, and then that way
Yeah.
other people
Yeah,
can
but if
share
it's
your stuff
not copyrighted, why can't you use it?
because the other person doesn't know it's not copyrighted, right? So if I want to share something,
Okay.
does that make sense? So I don't know. Like you should be putting in your description, like if it's YouTube copyright or whatever, but some of them don't require it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I've noticed a lot of news people are doing that now. They'll put music, and that's going to stop us. That's
Yeah.
how we're going to get creative. The news people, because they're jealous of YouTubers, aren't they?
Yeah, but you
That's
see what
almost
they're
like
doing now? They're leaving their banners up on all their videos now.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Either that
I've
or
seen
like
people
where
do
the
that.
subscribe button is, they'll have the news channel.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So like for us, if we want to use it, I mean, technically it's public, but
Yeah.
they can throw a stink over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that brings us back to the AI, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Um,
Hold on, let me
But
go
I
back to
I
where
think
we
if you
put this
need
back.
if your videos, if you on YouTube, I don't know if you're aware, but you can pick what your videos are, and if you put learning, like for education, then
Hmm.
that probably won't get you as many like
Oh.
what raised eyebrows, you could say, right?
Mhm.
So
So
speaking of that, the last one I just did on the history and meaning of Gadsden, where I
Mhm.
included that student, they blocked me. I had to remove certain words.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And did you
Hmm.
put
I
it
literally,
up as educational?
Hey,
I
Michael.
think I tried to select educational, and they wanted all this information, like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, you got to
math
put all the
formula.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I changed it to how to or back to sports,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then they still blocked me. It took me about
Oh,
30 minutes.
wow.
I had to remove the word like school or student, or I
Oh,
had to
wow.
play like word plays, and then it finally let me.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
Oh,
It
I
is
know what it was. It was the word punishment. That was the word.
Wow.
really.
I've
Yep.
seen Facebook do that. they'll
I
they'll
mean,
grab your comment and take it out.
eh,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Everything is going to be different in UK because we have this online safety bill coming out, and I think we don't get a lot of stuff like police off the cuff sent me, when he was in that true crime. What's it called? That like it's like a 60 minutes, but it's like real crime or something like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it wouldn't even open. Remember, I played it
Excuse
on
me.
mine to show everybody. I played it on
Mhm.
Orwellian Times, and it
Yeah.
wouldn't even let me sign in. I think it will if I buy it, right? If I pay for a
Hmm.
subscription, then it will, but it won't let it play just
Maybe.
free in this country. It says not shown in this country.
Mhm.
Well, you got things that I don't want to say weird because they're normal to you, but they're like weird to me. Like with your cable and your TVs, you gotta isn't it like a certain thing you have to pay for to have it?
Yes, we have to
Maybe,
pay a
yeah.
license even to use the
Yeah.
internet, and people don't realize that in the UK. You have to pay.
Mhm.
So if you've got somebody going off to college and you know, then they should have that internet paid there,
Yeah.
right? Like
That's
you
a,
got sure.
that's the one thing I will say with the UK. The way the school system works with the
Mhm.
higher education and rolling somebody into college. I think that's really good. The way that system is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
they do. They do. It's like having a grade 13 in Canada,
right.
and it's like, but if you wanted to be a lawyer in this country, a solicitor, you just go straight from high school and start taking
Mhm.
law classes. So you don't have to
Ah,
have a degree like a BA, an undergrad.
okay.
Um,
Hmm.
so I've been telling that to people. Like, if you want to become a solicitor in England, you can just take the test and then go through a year of articling, and then you can.
Hmm.
They've allowed any degree, which is good.
Oh wow.
They call a lawyer a solicitor.
Hmm.
It's different in England. A lawyer is like what I am, which is a person who studies and assists with the law, right?
Okay.
So if you wanted to ask me something, I could assist you, and that makes me a
Okay.
lawyer. If I belong to the law society, right? The bar is for barristers, but solicitors aren't barristers here. So you could be regulated solicitor, but that doesn't mean
Huh.
but
Hmm. That's,
then you're not trained to be an advocate like they use a barrister. Whereas in Canada, you're trained as a barrister and a solicitor. So a solicitor and a barrister, you're trained as both. So thankfully I learned how to stand up in court and say things and stuff like that. But and
Okay.
that's what I did. I worked for the government here, for the local
Oh,
council.
okay.
I represented them in court. So the good thing is, because they could allow me to be their lawyer, right?
hmm.
So if you give me permission to be to represent you, right, then the
Yeah.
courts can't say I can't. Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
they can if I'm
Okay.
rude and everything. And that's why I have to be so careful. Like, I don't want to ever be unprofessional and
Mhm.
stuff, right?
Well, right. But see, solicitor here in the United States is somebody who's calling up to trying to sell you car insurance. That's a
Yeah.
solicitor here.
Warranty.
Where are you from, Gene?
I'm from Virginia.
Oh,
I'm down
okay.
here in Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why,
I,
like, I actually solicitor. I'm like, it's so different here. It's like,
yeah, and
like
you got
about car
attorneys as
insurance.
well, right?
Yeah, really.
Yes. Well,
Attorneys should be
attorney or lawyers is kind of the same thing.
yeah, and
Mhm.
I would say an attorney is like a lawyer, right? They're not
Yeah.
they're not regulated, are they? And most attorneys don't they just do like um land law and stuff like that, like property.
Mhm.
I mean, to me, it's the same person. Actually,
Oh,
probably have to ask Melly on that. They might use a different definition in the lawyer field.
yeah.
Like, there's an old saying: cops and lawyers don't get along,
Oh, really?
and yeah, because when we go to court and testify, defense attorney or they're
Mm.
trying to rip us apart, and then the state attorney, they're trying to twist things around with us. So it's always an old saying, but like, you know, I don't
But
know.
you see, because I worked in the county solicitor's office, we represented the police. So if the
Okay,
police needed legal, they came to our office. Like
but we
so
we love them too.
so obviously I had that side of it from the enforcement side or the
Yep.
that part of it. But obviously if you're private, like what I am now, because I'm
Mhm.
retired and I'm just helping people,
Yep.
because so they don't have to pay a lot for somebody. And I thought, well, that would be good in my retirement, just to help people.
Yeah.
So, you know, so now I feel like I have both sides of the fence because, you know, being the one representing the, you know, a huge government, right? Like a huge local authority.
Mhm.
And now I'm helping ordinary people, you know, and I've done a couple of really good cases, like really interesting cases, like civil cases that that I never, you know, knew anything about, and that's quite interesting. And you have to research everything, and you know, something that, so I find it like almost like Christmas every time I get a call because I don't know what the person's going to ask, right?
It's so different, the civil to the criminal. It's
Yeah.
such
Like I had
I mean, of course.
a football player call, or not a football, a rugby
Okay.
call, and I know nothing about that, right? So, but I know what contracts to look like, and I know, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I
Right.
know what should happen. So that was quite interesting, and I'm sure people, if they knew who the person was, would be like, "Oh, wow, that's cool."
But it's like here in the States, every state's got a different laws the way it works.
Yeah,
Like just
yeah,
from
you guys,
Florida to New York,
I
the
know.
legal system is so different.
Yeah,
And
you
like to
guys,
me, the way law enforcement works in Florida is backwards compared to what I did in New York.
yeah,
So like New
yeah,
York, if somebody makes a complaint, you go and arrest them. Here, they take the complaint and it kind of goes back into an investigation, and then the district attorney decides to make an arrest.
Mm.
So like to me, it's backwards, but that's common practice here.
Yeah.
It's weird to me.
We had a thing where we were changing because we have EMS, like emergency services,
Yep.
right? And so you call 911 or 999. It works both ways in England and in the UK. But what we did was we moved the fire like to be in not local anymore. Like, so the calls would be, and there was a lot of concerns about that, like not having local people answer for that area. Does that make sense? So if you're calling to a call center and those people don't know anything about that area, especially if there's rural areas, how are they going to describe to get there? And so we had a big meetings about that, about decentralized.
Oh, that's like our 911 system.
Yeah. So it's like, but normally when you call 999, you get connected through, like we heard that in the Murdoch case, didn't we? Where he called 999 or 911, but then they connect to that local area, right? Remember?
Yes.
So that's what, you know, we were talking about. Like, is it better to have a centralized system or change it, you know, put the call over to a local system and stuff?
Well, I mean, local is always going to be better because your county or town police, law, firefighters, EMS are going to be dispatched right from a local center versus say like a statewide where they got to put the zip code in and see who's available.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if I'm in Florida and something happens in New York, I still got to call 911, but they'll transfer the call. So there's still a delay.
That was Johnny Depp. Remember the Johnny Depp when somebody called for Amber Heard? Didn't somebody call a different district and the police were called twice, but they didn't know if that was the same call? So remember, because the second officers that came in with that case, they had body cam, but the first officers didn't. And that was quite interesting because they got it. Because I think I can't remember where a friend called, one of her friends, she was on the phone when they heard ruckus, so they called 911. I don't know if I'm just going to make this up, but I don't know if they were like from California, let's say, trying to get through to New York or wherever. If they were from, no, I think they were from New York calling because she was in California. And that was quite interesting, I thought, you know.
It just causes the delay. I mean, confusion to me.
Yeah, and that's
but eventually what's going to happen is going back to this AI.
Yeah.
You're going to call call. It's going to be digital operator, like there is here in the States a digital operator.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And it's going to go directly to the patrol car or officer. That's all going to change. I mean, it's all digitized now, and
No.
AI is involved in emergency system.
Mhm.
You
Well,
know,
I think
it's
sometimes I've heard that they can detect, you know,
Oh, fakes.
gunfire. They can detect that, and then they can call the services then. Or at least they can detect what's going on.
And insurance companies can, as soon as you call an insurance company, they're monitoring you to see if you're lying,
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So,
I mean, they all use this AI technology for voice scanning.
hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
and you get these polygraph people. They're trained to do it, but then you get. I think Duty Ron had the guy, the voice analyst on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Was it Dr. G? Was that it?
yeah. Well, I can't
And
remember
that's
his name.
incredible. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, pitches in people's voice, the crackling in their voice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it blows me away. Like when I'll be retired December 20 years.
Hmm.
I didn't have any of this when I was working.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, like some of this stuff that I
it's
hear
so
on Duty Ron,
fast.
I'm like, what?
It's
It's
so
crazy.
fast. Look
Yeah.
where I've gone through since 1987. When I was working on computers, you had a modem, you stuck it in a machine, and now look at you can get a text anywhere within seconds. There's no need for all
Yeah.
that. And that's only in since what, 40 years ago, 30, 40 years. I mean, so yeah,
Uh,
it's coming faster and faster than I don't know what we can keep up with. So
I did a
yeah.
can't
video
remember the.
to help people, put in their SOS on their phones because I didn't know, and I thought I knew, not everything, but you know what I'm saying. But I thought, when you go, you see where it says emergency call.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I thought as soon as you push that, it called the police straight away.
I'll tell you another tip. If you press your power button 5 times, it will
Yeah.
automatically dial 911.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
that's cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I
that's
found
really
out the hard way.
Eh,
Oh, was something hitting it 5 times? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Is
my
that
dog.
oh,
Oh,
She was leaning on the phone, and I'm hearing the beep, beep, beep. Hello, 911. I'm like, no,
that's
everything's okay. Well, we're gonna send a patrol car. I'm like,
yeah.
everything's okay. My
oh,
dog is sitting
wow.
on the phone, and I was like, and I looked it up, researched it. You hit the
Yeah.
button
It does
five
do it.
times.
I
Oh,
think it
wow.
does work on iPhone, but I didn't think it worked on. I tried it on mine. It says it
Yeah,
works
I'm
on
not gonna try it.
but it wouldn't do. I'm
I'll
like
take
you.
your word for it. I'm not gonna
Hey,
try it. I mean, unless I was a desperate situation, yeah, I might do it then if I have to call 911, but I may get back with you if
Oh,
I do.
excuse me. Yeah. Well, you know they're gonna show up at the door here in the States.
Oh, I know, yeah.
with their guns.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
why they
Up
put it around
in front.
all the houses, and you got to put your address visibly so they can see it from the street. I mean,
Yeah.
now I
But
guess with
even though the
direct,
computer tells them where it's at.
yeah, exactly, yeah, you still have to have visually shown that that's where you're at. So,
Yeah.
or at least
Yeah.
they say for fire and emergency services.
But that's
Yeah.
like with the drones. In January, they passed the law, but they pushed it back 6 months. Every drone has to have an ID number now.
Mm.
So
Like
the
a boat or a
like an
plane.
airplane,
Yeah.
gives off a
Oh,
signal,
okay.
an ID registration number.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a big issue in the drone community.
Because if you
So
fly
like
over airports and stuff like that or restricted areas, they
as
got to know who it
as
is.
soon as you turn it on, you'll give out a signal.
Uh, that's
But
cool.
like I'm a mile away from a smaller airport.
Mhm.
But so as soon as I turn it on, that tower is going to see me on a radar.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the good thing is with that technology, I can see on my screen if there's any airplanes in the area. So I mean, it's
Oh.
pro and con.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to. You're gonna see all those
Yeah.
not that you can look it up on the. Well, you can see some airplanes on the radar thing. You can track them, but still, I can see that. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
Katie. Okay, so did you put your dog in the dog house, Dennis?
Well, Brooklyn, who's recovering from surgery, is laying down on my inflatable mattress because I have to sleep in the living room with her. So that's where she's at. Because
What was the
if I
operation?
go, it's equal to a human knee replacement.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
So a dog in their, I guess, knee, they
yeah.
tear the ligament. There's no repairing it, so they have to put metal plates in it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's
Hmm.
only
How
2
many hours?
weeks, and
No, I was gonna say, how long has he been? What was the operation? Like how many hours? And did he? It was a couple weeks ago.
That's one thing I forgot to do. 2.5 weeks ago,
Oh my
and
god.
they have to be walked on a leash for 8 weeks, and it takes 12 weeks to heal.
Oh wow.
So like, I went in my bed the one night, and when I came back out, she was up on the couch. So I actually have to sleep on my living room floor
Make sure she
for her to
doesn't jump.
stay off the. Yes. So,
It's like
and then of
Ziggy.
course I'm still recovering from neck surgery. It's like,
Oh my gosh. It's like Ziggy, my grandpuppy. He had a back operation and
Yeah.
they had to crate him for a long time. And he got, because they're very, they don't like to be, they're like little humans, aren't they? Like they don't
they're
like
my
to be
kids.
told what to
The
do.
kids, yeah, I'm gonna say kids, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's really sad, you know. And so now he's on a restricted diet, and every time you're eating, he looks up at you like, I'm starving. And I say, I know you're starving. I can see your bones. It's like, here.
I just
Don't
had to
tell
switch
your-
hot
don't
dog
tell your
food
mom.
because they get summer allergies in Florida really bad, and she's picking. I just actually took the cone off of her yesterday, and like she's picking out her paws and everything. So I changed their diet, and you got to do that over time so they don't get sick. And it's like
Wow.
everything all at once,
I was
just like
gonna
my
put
kid.
up I was gonna put up a short on I was watching a friend's dog and their paws were all cracked. And so I put coconut oil on them every day because I was watching the dog. And literally within about 4 days is almost like this. It's a miracle. They're completely gone. So I was going to do a little short with that to show people
Well,
because
the
I've got an
honey's
animal.
good too. The
Oh,
Australian honey.
can they eat honey though?
Hmm.
I don't know because they lick it off. That's the thing.
I think it's Australian honey, and like my other dog, he's got a hot spot,
Mhm.
and the vet told us to put the honey on it, but he just licks it off.
Yeah.
He's doing fine. So
Yeah. And the other thing with the coconut, if you eat a lot of coconut, your eyes will get nice and white and everything. And the dogs, like you can see their whites of their eyes a lot better with the coconut. It's really healthy for them.
okay.
But anyway,
Thank you, Cheryl.
but I've got to find a legal connection to that. Because everything I try to put on my channel is either about why me or a legal, something legal, or because when you're going through a legal worry, right? Let's say you're going through a legal worry and your animal, this is happening to your animal, right? There's all kinds of, so that's why I try to do everything in my channel so that people feel they can come to a one-stop. And I know they say, oh, concentrate on one thing. And I thought, well, that's not what I want my channel to be. I want it to be, if you need to feel better, because if you're worried about something, it's nice to go somewhere where you feel like you're going to get an answer, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like Joey says, and I say once in a while I go live. The community is great. Everybody chats. We talk. They all chat. And everybody interacts with each other. That's what makes it good.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
Katie's Kitchen had a question about the drones. All Part 107 drones.
Yeah, let me get back to her. Yeah.
You'll have to have a responder on them. So if you fly commercially, they want the recreational ones, but I'm not sure if they're going to push the recreational license to have the responder installed on the drones. And DJI, on some of their drones, there'll be a firmware update. Other than that, you have to pay $200 to buy an attachment.
Wow.
Wow.
That's why they postponed it for 6 months, because it was like $200 for this responder to plug into your controller.
Mhm.
Sheesh.
But it's
Oh,
another
gosh.
federal regulation, I guess you can say.
Mhm.
It is. It is. There's so many regulations, and there. Sorry about that, Erica. Awesome to hear
Oh.
about that. Sheesh. 6-month-old lab. Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
Mm.
Yeah. They don't like to be crated, and that's honey. Has a lot of sugar. Too much sugar at once can make them sick. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
It's not a normal sugar. I can't remember the name of it. I know it's from Australia.
It's like it. Is it? Oh, I know. It's really expensive, isn't it? Well, I'm trying to think of the name of it too, but
I'll butcher the name. It's a weird name, but it's an Australian honey.
oh,
It's a medical honey.
oh, okay.
Mm.
It's supposed to work wonders. I mean, it helped him heal, but then he started looking at it again.
Mhm.
Well, they will look at it, won't they? Because
Oh,
it's what they do to heal themselves, don't they?
sometimes they're worse than kids.
Yeah.
So I'm only watching this little guy, but when he goes, I just miss him so much, and it's like you have to get used to life without him, and you know.
Oh.
I'm just looking at the chat.
Manuka honey. Whoops,
Is
Manuka.
that, oh.
Yes, that's it. Yes,
Melissa? Yeah.
yes.
Katie's Kitchen.
Katie, if he's just flying the drones like in the backyard,
that's
I think
honey
he'll be
too.
okay.
That's a good honey too,
Because-
agave.
If he gets his recreational license, I think he'll be
Mhm.
covered if he's just flying them around the house.
Oh, okay.
I think she said
okay.
she was in Texas. There was a comment. I think she said she was by Dallas or Garrison,
Who are we
Texas.
talking about? Which one?
It's Katie.
Is it Katie's Kitchen?
Yeah, let me get back and see if I can. Here you go. Here it is.
Oh, okay, but where is she from? Oh,
Okay.
near Ridge.
Well,
But don't you
I
want to
just
move?
remembered that. Yes, because I'll be moving towards Sonora, Texas, which is far west
Hmm.
Texas. That's what caught my eye was Texas.
Oh,
It's beautiful out there. I mean, the police chief told me that the only crime they deal with is illegal immigrants racing through town to get to Dallas. That is the only crime they deal with.
wow. You could
I
be a
was like,
sheriff.
there's no. I'm done. Nope.
Who's that guy that
Was it-
became a sheriff? Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger? Was he a sheriff or something? Or
It was a governor.
governor? No, but there's another guy.
It was a governor. The
Sorry,
karate guy, Steven Seagal, was a sheriff.
Steven
Yeah.
Seagal. Yes, he was.
I
the
think he was
sheriff.
in Louisiana. Ozzy
That's what
Osbourne's son, I think, was a volunteer sheriff down south as well. And there was another, not Chuck Norris, there's another actor who's actually a deputy. I can't remember his name.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was Steven Seagal. I love that movie. Is it Submarine or something? What's it called? Red
Hey,
October.
but he's back.
Who's in
No.
Red?
No, that was Sean Connery, Red October.
Yeah.
Which
Right,
one
Sean
was
Yeah. Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red? So which one was the other one you just mentioned? The guy that I
Oh.
forget his name again. Jeez, you just said it.
Steven Seagal, he's back from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, but he's in a movie where they're on a boat, on a submarine.
Yeah,
Under
I
Siege.
actually think he plays a bad guy in that one. I know
It's
which one
Under
you're
Siege,
talking about.
maybe? Is it
Under
Under Siege?
Siege.
Might be.
Yeah. That's what
Oh
I'm
my
looking
God,
at
that's
here.
one of my favorite film. Well, not I say favorite, and I don't even remember their
Mhm.
names.
Wait, Erica, what are you biting your tongue on? What did I say?
Where is she?
It's the
Ah.
last comment. Can I click it? No.
Can you click it? Well, you could have if we would have emailed and put you in.
Maybe raw honey has antibiotic properties. I don't
No,
know.
I'll bite my tongue on that,
There.
Dennis.
Yeah.
So I love the interaction. It's great. Me and Bill plan on doing this too. We want to do like when I say Bill, I'm talking about my brother Bill that we do the channel with. A Sunday morning coffee, but do
Yes. I've told
like a weekly thing.
Yes.
Mhm.
I told Bill
You know,
Cannon
like,
to bring it back. Outdoor.
Yeah, that's where I
fitness
seen it.
world.
That's where I seen it.
And I really miss that because I'm like always like I cook everything from scratch and I'm always working because I work on my phone and everything is internet based. So it's great for me because I can't just leave like if I go shopping and I can't take a call or something. So I just tend to watch YouTube while in the meantime do my work on the side and so I said to Bill he should go back to having that coffee with Cannon and just start a different channel. Like have it on a separate channel. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
You know, Joey says it a lot. Like the true crime, it's kind of the dark side of everything. And we're all there watching and participating, and then you have these other channels, that kind of bring the brighter side to life, putting a smile on someone's face. To me, like going live is just to be like natural, like we are now. We're just talking, interacting with everybody. That's how like I would do my lives.
Yeah,
we've done a couple of them, crabbing, and Bill's daughter was on about women with firearms. And that's a little bit more instructional, but just like that, have I don't know, have a mug, a cold one, or a cup of coffee, and just interact with everybody. That's what I think it's about.
And you know what I like about it is that I love being like listening as long as people make you feel like you're part of the chat, right? So we're reading the chat and we're bringing the chat in because obviously they don't have a voice, they just have their type. So we're bringing them in and it's almost like sitting around having a coffee, isn't it? And that's what Tina and I said. We want our lives to be just fun chit chat. We'll have a little bit to start us off because obviously it's kind of hard to get going. Like look at Joey's when Joey Brooklyn does his and half the time we end up talking about ice cream, or something else, and that's perfect, isn't it? It's like,
but that, it's being natural. That's Joey just being himself, like both you are being yourself, just talking. He talked about AI and then, here we are just chit chatting.
Yeah. I think I got a question for you, Dennis from Jersey. Love Steph.
I think all three of us do. How many hours of work that are used to work? Oh, a week?
Yeah. 6 hours. Jersey.
Oh. Put it this way. I could work. My regular shift was 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. And I would say 3 to 4 of those 5 days, I was working 12 to 18 hours a day.
Wow.
I was in the specialty gun unit, so we were always making felony arrests. And back in the day, you had to do all the processing yourself. Now you just kind of drop them off, sit on a computer. But we had to do all the processing. So I was doing 60 to 90 hours a week.
Wow.
Easily.
Wow. Yeah.
It'd be 3-man teams, and at least one of us would make an arrest a day. So that doesn't happen no more.
Well, I think when I was working for a youth offending team, so I was an information officer. When it was time to do our stats, like 'cause you had to do reporting, I could be at work till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. It was awful. And there's no extra pay. There's no thing. But at least now when I do a lot of work, right? It's like I'm paying myself, right? So
I'm just gonna mute myself. My dog is going crazy.
Oh God, now I've got the full. See, this is why I never go live. Now I'm on my own. Okay, so yeah, so right now I will work, like if I've got a case that is going to court, I could be talking to a client till 2, 3 in the morning. We could be putting stuff together even the night before. It can vary, but I try to, I'm retired now, so I try not to take on a lot of cases. And so I'm not, what I find is working for yourself, you have more opportunity to make your life work for you instead of working for your life, if that makes sense. Right. So I went, friends asked me to go to Spain to stay with them, so I could stay with them for like, almost 6 weeks. Right. So I think if you can get a job where it's working, you're not every day, you don't have to get up and feel like, oh my God, I gotta go to work. Right.
Yeah, if it doesn't feel like a job, it's not, it's
Yeah.
enjoyable.
You
Yeah.
got to have fun when you go to work. I've learned, I mean, I'm too old now, but I've had enough jobs where if it's not fun, I'm not working there. I'm going to go somewhere else. It's not, life is short. You can't sit there and get up. Because I had a job one time, I would literally not sleep Sunday because I was getting up Monday, going to a job that I thoroughly did not want to be there. And I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm 2 weeks notice, and I went and did something else. So you got to love what you do. And if you're not, you can find that job. There's plenty of opportunity out there. You just got to find that. And I'd rather be happy and barely getting by than miserable and making tons of money, because it's just not going to work. Too much stress
It's
on
the
your
truth.
body. It's too
I mean,
much. I'm finding out later on that stress, it does affect the body. It will affect the body. And then you're going to get to where you retire and you're not going to be able to do anything because your body's wrecked because of all the stress. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do that. I can't wait.
I agree.
I can't wait. I can sit and do nothing. It's almost like when I was at a job and people would work on their vacation. And I'm like, are you nuts? I mean, you're getting time from the company to pay you to sit there and do absolutely nothing, and you still want to work. I could not wrap my head around that. The company's giving you hours to sit there and take a break, but you want to work. I just never could understand that. And it's just a waste of time. You want to pay me to drink and do everything else? I can sit there and do that. I can still get a paycheck, and it's not my time. So I could easily do that, and I've done it before. So
I mean, it's so true.
Yeah, a lot of times because I've only really worked for the government or for family businesses, but when you work for the government or the local authority, I should say, nobody's doing your job when you're not there. So
yeah.
So that's the problem. You come back and you can be more stressed if you don't keep up with your emails and stuff.
You're right. I've had people call me when I was working help desk, and they said, nobody's there to do it. I've got to check in. I'm like, you need to tell your boss they need to hire somebody else or do your job while you're gone so you can get rested and come back. Yeah. I mean, to sit there and say, well, I can't leave because, my boss, hey, make the companies pay. Make them say, hey, we need to hire somebody to get them in here while you take a break and rest and all that. I had one guy call me. I'm not joking you. He was online. We checked it out. He was going 24 hours and had called me up after work and couldn't understand why the VPN was kicking him off. I'm like, well, first of all, we have it set for 12 hours consecutive. If you go 12 hours, it's going to cut you off. It wants you to take a break. He got back on, went another 12 hours and was still calling me up. And I'm like, dude, you need to stop. I'm not helping you. You need to get off. You need to stop because you're going to cause something to happen in this company. And hey, you need some rest, pal. You've been going 24 hours. This was overnight into the next morning. And it's like, no, you need to rest. I don't know what you're trying to prove, but and he was making mistakes. I mean, he was tired.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I've never really worked for a boss or a place where they're like clock watchers, right? I don't know. Maybe I just had some really good people to work with, but they were so like, we knew we were of service to the people, right?
Yeah.
And so I think when you love what you do and you love being of service, right?
Mhm.
It's not like, oh, 6 o'clock, I gotta go home, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to look forward to going into work, but
Yeah.
and I also knew what I was, expected. But now
Yeah.
being a patrol cop versus a detective,
Mhm.
you can get off your shift, walk into your front door, and your phone's ringing. Get back in
Come
the
back.
car and get to work. We have a
Yeah.
case. I mean, that's
Yeah.
happened so many times, but I'm third generation law enforcement. I think we're up to 8 or 9 people in my family in law enforcement.
Mhm.
So I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
My
Mm.
bosses were great. I mean, I worked well, you heard Duty Ron's talked a lot about it. Where we worked in Brooklyn was #1 for homicides in the 90s.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were busy. We
Mhm.
didn't have a chance to sit back and have a sip of coffee to say.
Now, what
You know,
did you
but
think of Giuliani? Because I loved him as
Yeah.
mayor.
I love Giuliani personally.
Yeah.
I think he did a good job, but it's like anybody else. It all depends what side of the fence you want to step on, who you're gonna like, who you're
Mhm.
not gonna like.
He's got a
You know,
YouTube channel.
Oh, does he?
yeah,
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
looked it up. I never
yeah.
looked. I never knew he did.
Yeah.
I
I
kind of
like
try. I stay away from politics because I
he's really into
think it was.
politics.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Erica. She was ranting a little bit. I'm saying it nicely, Erica, and I don't mean nothing bad by it. You know, cupcakes and people being snowflakes. I am on the same page with you because people need to get away from hurting feelings.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
be able to have an adult conversation and respect everybody's opinion. I don't care who you like or don't like, but that's
Yeah.
your opinion, and I'll respect you for it. She's 100% right. And I don't know. I try to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Even if I do a live or one of my videos, I try and stay away from it because I don't know, it just opens up a can of worm with people.
It is a whole
Yeah.
different generation, and
Uh,
it's like I mean, we all sound like we're around the same age. Like well, you might be younger, Gene. Over 60, put it that way. And I remember my dad would say, "You girls are too soft." It's like, don't worry about your feelings. Worry about what's going to happen when you're out there in the real world. It's
So
like,
I was a football coach, and I always used to tell them, "Don't be a cupcake. Get out there and make the
Mhm.
tackle. There is no cupcakes in football."
oh,
I was saying that
that's
15
exactly
years
that.
ago.
Because there's a saying in the UK. What is it? Don't be a wet blouse or something. What I can't remember. See,
Well, Dennis, I've been sitting
a
there.
wet,
I sometimes watch
a
these
wet
coaches in NFL, and I
Yeah.
don't see them yelling and screaming on the sideline. I'm like, if that was my player and he did that, oh my gosh, I would be screaming at. I mean, I got to get the point across.
Okay. I have not watched NFL or Major League Baseball
Mm-hmm.
since the world got crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I will not. It's an overpaid cupcake. That's the way I look at it.
Oh,
I mean, that's my personal feeling.
yeah.
I haven't watched it since then. I mean,
oh, she worked at that IRS. And, yeah,
all
I'd like
right,
to
see you later.
I got a job interview for the equivalent to the RIS here in England,
Mhm.
and they flew me to the interview. I don't know why I didn't get it, but yeah, I think because you go through like a whole day of questioning and stuff, and they just said I'm not. I think you have to be more aggressive, and I'm not that aggressive, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, that was one thing they said I could improve on is to be more like aggressive because they give you like a one-to-one, like they pretend a situation is happening.
Mhm.
So you can imagine the RA,
Okay.
like it's
Yeah.
investment fraud and stuff like that. And like if somebody said something, I'd say, "Oh, okay, I believe you," right? They said, "No, Karen, you can't believe them. You have to." And I went, "Okay, sorry." I don't think I'd be good at.
Anybody in the States is going to be, the IRS's main goal is to take your money.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
your taxes. I mean, that's.
yeah. I mean, I must admit, I did get better at being more
Yeah.
like questioning people, right? Like, you can't believe everything people say. Where is, I was a bit naive when I was first starting out, thinking that everybody's telling the truth, right?
Law enforcement would be out of business.
Yeah. You know what gets me with that when you talk about the IRS, it's like, okay, I get my paycheck, you tax my paycheck. I do what the government says, put it in my savings account or try to save some. But then if I
You get
make too
taxed
much of
again.
that, I get taxed again. So it's like you've already taxed it one time. Why do I'm doing what you said, I'm making myself a nest egg, and then boom. It's like I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
like, okay, I made a little bit of interest. What measly little interest I make, and you're going to
Goes
tax
right
me on
back to them.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, it
The
is
American
funny.
way.
it's almost like cashing it and not even putting it in a bank.
Yeah.
That way you're not going to save it, and well, at least you save it, but it's going to be somewhere where you're not going to get interest, but you're not going to get taxed on it either. So
True.
Hey guys, it's
Yeah.
getting on to 1:00 my time.
okay, well we
Oh, wow.
can
You guys
we
can carry on because it doesn't.
Well, I've probably got to get ready to go myself too.
Yeah.
So I haven't eaten yet. So
But definitely
Bring me on and last another hour.
oh
but it's
yeah.
great
Well, hey,
because
look,
it's
Dennis, it's good meeting you, and it's good to. I think
You
I've
two
made
finally
some really
face to
good runs,
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you can do is send me an email. On the bottom of all my videos is my
Okay.
email or website, and you can catch it. And then at least then we can send you the StreamYard link.
Okay.
That way you can have the hours as well going to your channel, right? Because if we're
Okay.
going to do a chit chat, it's better. Because that's all
Yeah.
Jean and I wanted this to be, is like to talk with people driving down the, what is it?
Diving down the rabbit holes.
Rabbit holes. That's what
Yeah.
we wanted this to be. We didn't want it to be like a show, technically. At the beginning, we wanted it to be just a show, and then that way people that are interested in that can watch that. And then the really is just for our subscribers and stuff, to have more of a.
Yeah, then I can share it out too. So
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
Well, yeah, because StreamYard always says it's better to share it and better to do dual streaming for everybody. So
And you
only
can
helps
make
the
it
watch hours.
definitely.
If you see a clip here that you want to clip, I allow clips on mine as well. So you can find it. Jean allows clips. So you can clip it. And I did a video on that. It's called Copyright, and you can learn how to clip.
Okay.
Or you can just screen record, because I'm not going to copyright anybody. But
I use one to share to do all of that stuff.
Yeah, so it's really good, and because that's exactly why we are on here, is to have a chat with people. And then our channels are everyday stuff, right? And then this is more of laid back and getting to know people. My son's name is Dennis, but it's spelt differently. Denise. Oh, is he French? Cheryl, are you Canadian?
I've seen a comment. Yeah, Cheryl's in Canada.
Denise.
I've never seen it spelled that way.
Yeah, it's a French way, I think, maybe. I have a cousin named Dennis, but he just passed away. It's really sad. People burn bridges sometimes because just getting aggravated, but it's better to leave with grace. That you would give advice for switching jobs that way.
I'm 50-50 with that.
Yeah, it depends for me.
What
I
would
mean, if you got a boss that's just going at you, I'm going to speak my mind, I might burn the bridge, but you also got to
Yeah.
stick up for yourself in a respectful way.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
me,
Oh no,
I would
you're
find a
right.
job, find the jobs, have it set in stone,
Hmm.
let the new job know you can start working in 2 weeks, and then tell the old job you're resigning in 2 weeks. So you're being a better
Yeah.
person no matter what the situation is.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I've had that situation where it was just like that, and I you know, turned my 2 weeks notice in. They said, okay, you can't see anymore. You're going to sit in this chair in this room for the next 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, I'd rather go out and have my peace and then say, you know what, I turned it in. Then that's what y'all are going to do. Then fine, I'm just going to go ahead and leave now, and that's it,
You
because I've
heard
already
the
turned
saying?
it in.
There's
So
a saying, it's easier to get a job when you have a job, right? It's like easier, so if you are, so the advice I would give for switching jobs is go out and get a job, because your employer cannot discriminate against you
mhm.
for taking some hours off to go and get a job, or a job interview. They can't say you
Yeah,
can't do that. And that's what I would do, so that you're, like you say, you're leaving with grace. You're not letting it get to a point where you you can't cope anymore, and then you're off sick, and
mhm.
then they're paying someone sick pay. So
Yeah,
it's better to do it that way, and then that way you're going to get a good reference, and you're going to get, you know it's easier to get a job when you have a job.
yeah. Well, no doubt.
Yeah.
My advice.
That's what I tell my son.
Yeah,
Make sure you have something lined up before you leave the other
yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's
But
always a good
if you
idea.
can stay at the other one, see, he's a full-time college student, so
Mm,
he'll have a set schedule with a job, and then they cut his
Mhm.
hours, and then he can't pay his bills. So which forces him to get another job,
yeah.
and that's what he's been dealing with. But it's
Mhm.
like, don't quit until you have something lined up. You have bills.
Yeah.
It's that's the way you get. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way you have to think.
Well, yeah, you
I
have to
mean,
do
There's no easy way around
today.
it.
you guys are
Yeah.
lucky, because in America they have like waitress jobs and waiter jobs and stuff like that, and maitre d's and stuff. And here in the pubs, a lot of people don't pay tips. But when I was going through school, sometimes I would take jobs working at a restaurant, and
Mhm.
wow, in one night you could make more than I would probably make
Yeah.
working for any
Yeah.
law firm during the week.
Yeah. Well, Dennis, I don't know if you've seen this, but I tell you, as soon as they raise the minimum wage, or they raise it up to $15, $16 an hour here, the service for waiters and waitresses went down. I mean, they didn't care. They were getting paid $15 an hour. They don't care. The tips is to me was a bonus. So you know what? If that's what y'all gonna do, hey, I'm gonna have that tip meter running, and you might not get as a lot because they're already getting paid. And it's like you'll
But
sit there
see,
and they don't care, because they're going to get their $15 an
yep,
hour, as opposed to being the old way where they would get $3 an hour, and they worked for those tips. They had to work for those.
exactly.
And
Mm.
then now it's like, I don't care. I still get paid. I'm just going to sit here, and then, oh, you give me a tip? Oh yeah, okay. Well, thank you, but no, and I don't roll like
But
that
see, like
anymore.
here in Florida, well, 2 years ago, my daughter was a waitress, and I think they paid her
Mhm.
$7 an hour,
Mhm.
but they did it where they kind of included the tips in her salary, which worked out to about $14 an hour. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like, they
Well,
can't do that. It's illegal.
I had a
But that's
call. I had a call because I put in. There was a new law that came out for tips. Yeah, and
mhm.
so I put a video up, and I had a guy call me from London, and I won't get into the story, but yeah, it was awful what they were doing, and
Yeah.
like, because in the old, oh no, the old days, I keep saying the old days. Sorry, previously, if you paid cash, so a lot of places don't allow cash, right?
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
did a video on that, but
huh.
what happens is if the restaurant only takes a credit card and the tip is added on, um, they might not add on a tip, or then the business will take 5%
Mhm.
of the processing or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of things that can happen. Whereas in the day where you could pay cash, you'd leave a 20, your bill was, $17.50, and the waiter got the rest of it, right? So it's kind of complicated things. And if you think about it, it is a lot of extra work for the restaurant, isn't it? If you are the restaurant owner, if you think about it, right? If they've got to separate all the tips out, and so I mean, I can see both sides. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. AI's McDonald's in Manhattan, New York City. It's all computerized.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's machines. You walk in.
It's like in England, you walk in and you push it.
Yeah.
Well, I never walk in. I do the drive-through.
See, Cheryl said her son's name, Dennis, is Turkish.
Oh.
Yeah. I like that spelling, actually. That's pretty nice. Would have never thought it was Turkish, though.
I'm trying to read them all.
Cheryl had a thing here about not seeing comments, not every comment. And Cheryl, it depends on what chat you're in. You may not be able to see
all of them up. I'm trying to just go through them, but some of them are just talking to other people. So it wouldn't make sense to put it on if you're seeing somebody else's. Like if Cheryl's saying hi to somebody in our, like, let's say, Lexi, then it would be to put that one in would make sense for Jean's.
I just realized the buttons up the top to stream to my audience. Now I understand exactly what you mean.
You see it up there on the top left, top
so
right.
If you do that now, you can do it right now. Stream to your audience. See what happens.
Well, I mean, if we're getting ready to leave, I don't want to. If you want to do that now, but
but just to see how many people come in. See.
I mean, you could do it. Yeah. I mean.
Well, I mean, the main people are Cheryl and Lexi. They're here already.
They'll have to switch from my chat to yours.
Yeah, I know. I've done that before.
Cheryl and Lexi are awesome. They're awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
Definitely got to give God, I can't even talk. Props to the both of you. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. All right. Well,
yeah. Well, we'll do that next time.
Let's do it.
Sorry, Erica.
But the thing is, you pick up more people when you go live, right? Because people will just drop in. It's like I've seen other people going live, and I'll just drop in. It's kind of cool. It's like you drop in, you see what they're talking about, think, oh, okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna listen. Right? And I've joined a lot of streams, like just because they were having really cool chats. And
I'm so hesitant though, because the ones I've gone to, there's so many trolls, and I can't even sit there and look at the chat. I'll have to turn the chat off. Or I'll just
that's why we'll do it together. We'll do it together because we can control the chat. There's been no trolls.
Yeah, like I'm perfectly fine doing it this way because the mods and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the mods in the community are great. But like some of these other channels, their mods don't do nothing. It's horrible.
No,
I left Erica out when I was, giving props to them.
But Jean and I both said it's hard to do live, like unless you're really like Judy Ron's got like all these screens and he's got loads of mods and
I mean if I had to do another monitor, it would be even easier if I was by myself or even running the stream by myself with people on panel because I could look over or do that. Now I'm trying to go between two tabs and doing all that. So it can get time consuming when I'm trying to talk or trying to keep my focus. Yeah. So definitely another monitor would be easier to do that. Absolutely.
Well, my son had a monitor because he plays his PlayStation on monitors. So like I got a wall bracket and a swivel arm so I can pull that in front of my screen. So what I wound up doing is bringing YouTube to the top screen because everything's done through StreamYard.
Yeah.
But like I'm also trying to get Bill to learn how to do all of this stuff. And like we've done a few test runs because it's the same account. So he can just go on his computer, log in and jump on screen.
Yeah.
but I'm trying to run them through the whole process, how to pull stuff up, how to share, how to send a link.
Oh my God.
You know,
it's so
because like
bad.
you said, it is a two-person job trying to monitor the chat,
Yeah.
look at YouTube, look at StreamYards, you know, and then if you're running on
yeah.
Facebook, it's like,
No, I didn't
I
even
don't know.
go on Facebook because I
Oh
thought,
yeah. I mean, if you had that, that would, definitely 2 monitors for that. If I had to go that
plus
far,
you're going to get a lot of, at least with YouTube, I think it's harder to set up a fake account, isn't it? Because YouTube really monitors, right? So, but I don't know what happens when you bring in Facebook. Like they said, if you bring in Facebook, you should do Google, what is it, Gmail certification or something like that. And I thought, oh, forget it. I'm not doing it.
Well, you
Well,
can
see, like
you can-
I had the
Oh, go.
problem because Bill created the Gatson accounts, and then
Mhm.
I tried to do, because I have my Instagram, so I tried to create the Gatson, but it linked it to my email, so I had to
Mhm.
delete it. We had to wait 60 days, and then he had to create it again. So he uses, I think, his iPad or tablet to
Mhm.
create everything Gatson to keep it separated from his own accounts.
Okay.
So it's, but then
And
we
yeah, I
wound up
don't-
linking it all together and putting monitor. It's
And
crazy.
I want to say I thought you could stream in StreamYard. You can go while you're in StreamYard. You could go to Facebook or Instagram at the
Yep.
same time. I think you can do
Yes.
that. I just haven't done it, or I haven't tried it. I don't know what it. I haven't seen it happen, or I haven't gone to Facebook yet. But
I think Ron does it. I think he does both of them.
does it? Well, that definitely will bring
I
in the
think so.
viewers. I mean, if you've had some others on, well, you have your people in YouTube, and then you have your Facebook crowd. Then yeah, I could definitely bring them over. But that's
Listen,
interesting. I haven't tried
cops
it
are the
yet.
worst people to support each other.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well,
Mm.
Ron's been doing this for years, and
I was
there's
gonna say,
me
how long?
and I think
Yeah.
a handful of other cops that we worked with that actually go to his shows.
Mhm.
I've tried
Okay.
so many times, and there's not one person I worked with that's come over.
Oh, really? Oh, now you know
Mhm.
what? That's that's almost. Now I did see somebody tonight that I'm with on Facebook, but he's also on YouTube as well. But I would go, advertise on Facebook, and not a single person would come over. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Why am I wasting my time with putting this out on Facebook and telling people, oh, I'm going to go live tonight, or I'm going to go do this, when I get no response whatsoever, and people sharing out, but I still see nobody come over unless they're,
Yep.
and I check the chat to see who might be in there, but I don't see anybody making comments that I know are my Facebook friends. So,
Well, that's like I'll upload our logo, the Gatson logo, or
mhm,
pictures related to that onto
mhm,
my personal Facebook, and I'll get hundreds of likes or comments,
uh-huh,
but that's it. They don't go to YouTube, or they don't go over to Insta or
yeah,
my other account. And it's like, okay,
mhm.
that's
Yeah,
why it's not forcing it.
Oh, I know. That's what Jason says here too. Yeah, and I even tell people it's free. You don't have to
Yeah.
pay. You just come over to YouTube and launch it. It's not doesn't cost you a
Yeah.
thing. But
And like
no,
we
they-
just created a TikTok, and I'm like,
uh-huh.
TikTok's harder than YouTube. I'm like,
Oh
what is
yeah, I
going
did
on
that
here?
too. Yeah, I did that too. I created a TikTok account, and I don't know if I've had. Yeah, I don't think I've had people come over to YouTube.
Yep.
Now I've had people that are that I subscribe to on YouTube that found that I was on TikTok, and they got me as friends there. But it's never been the other way around. So I was thinking, oh, I can tap into TikTok and get those people to come over.
Yeah.
No, it's
Nope.
like,
Because I was taking all the shorts we did on YouTube,
yeah,
putting them on TikTok,
I did
and
that.
using
Yeah.
like 900 hashtags, because you're allowed like 1 million of
Mhm.
them, and
Yeah,
that was it. It was like one view. I'm like, what?
yeah.
Because like
Oh,
you
that's
got to use the word pew pew. You
mhm,
really can't use the word gun, so you got to use pew
mhm.
pew. And I'm like, I'm not going to
Oh,
sit
yeah,
there and
it's
use
weird.
pew pew.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that, but yeah, it was like I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this and get people, like I said, get more crowds to come out. But
Yep.
Never did, never did. So that's just like it's like you tell your friends and family, and they don't come out, and it's like, gosh, okay, well that's fine. Don't ask me later
Yeah.
on how you're doing because I'm doing it. You should watch me. Come on out. That's why I told you. But
And my son's like,
just
"Oh, I seen you posted a video." I'm like, "You
mhm.
watch it?" He's like, "No, I was there." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I need the view time. Click,
Mhm.
click your like."
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
And that's what I was thinking with shorts. I don't know if it's hurt YouTube or it's hard to get people to watch your long format. At least that's what I've kind of ran into a little bit when I was
"There's-
doing shorts, and I would put them out. But it's like, okay, those viewers are not coming over to watch my long videos, which I
mhm.
would really get more out of if you did that than shorts. Because yeah, you get the subscribers and shorts, but then
You
nothing
need
else
10
happens.
million views."
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, you got to keep that up. I'm not getting 10 million unless I get a good video, which I have one in reserve waiting for that. When I get to that point, I'm going to put it out because I think it's going to do good, but who knows? It's a gamble
See,
because I'll have one that'll do 1,000 views, and then another one that'll do 2,000, and then another one that'll do 500. And I put them out at the
yeah,
same time. It's just how I guess I don't know. It's weird.
There's Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say about the family. I heard a bit of that. It's funny because I say to my mom, "Oh, you got to watch my videos and stuff." And she's
Mhm.
saying, "Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're in England. We're Canada. It's not the same law." And I said, "Mom, it's not just about that. It's about comparison. I do a lot more than that. It's like
Mhm.
your family is the hardest to convince."
Yeah.
yeah, but like the shorts, like there's a trend now. What is it called? Know the difference? Or what's the difference? And
Mm.
it's so stupid. But you'll have one guy, he'll have 500,000 views, and then everybody else has 0. And it's like, this is the gun if you break into my house. This is the gun if you're in my house. And I'm like, really? Yeah,
Mm.
it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. But then what I started doing is I would watch a short or somebody's video, see how many views they had, then I would look at their channel.
Mm.
And if they had like, a couple of 100,000 subscribers, then I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's one that just blows my mind, and we're trying to become the lead informator, I guess, on the
Mhm.
product. It's an ATN, it's a digital hunting scope, and we've done quite a few videos.
Mhm.
And there's one guy, he's got 6 subscribers, but he's got 8,000 views on his video. And I'm like,
Wow.
and
Wow.
there's like, I just don't get it. And it's only like a 6-month-old video. And I'm like, that
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird. I've seen people that like I've subscribed to almost the same thing. They haven't put anything out in 2 or 3 months. They're getting the same
Yeah.
amount of views that I am, and they're getting just about the many subscribers. And I'm like, what are you doing that you can sit there and get all this stuff and not do anything? What's the
Yeah.
trick? I mean, I'm doing hashtags, I'm doing keywords, I'm doing all this other stuff, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's the secret? But
You know,
Oh
I
gosh, you
don't
guys.
know.
It's
no, excuse me.
there is no secret. I have done everything. I took statistics at university as well, and I have looked at all the
Oh,
algorithms
yeah.
and everything, and there's no.
Mm,
I think they keep switching them around, to be honest, because I've been now trying to go like to put my stuff up like when it says it's the optimum
mm.
time.
Yeah,
So
that's what I do.
I've tried that.
it doesn't work.
I've even used I'm not going to say the website name because I don't know if I should or not.
Yeah.
But I used them to look at their analytics for my channel,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Mhm.
matches up to what YouTube says. And I was putting videos up at the exact time. I would
Yeah,
do it like if it said 12, I would drop one at 12. Then the last time was 3, and I would try different times, and it's like it's hit or
yeah.
miss. And then I would switch up the hashtags, the keywords,
Mhm.
change the title, change
Same
the
title, yep,
thumbnail.
done that.
And I mean, I've seen a little bit of a difference, but nothing where like, oh my god, I got to go in and change everything.
Mhm.
So I got a year almost,
Yeah.
7, 8 months to get concerned about it. So I'm not just going to do
Now
what
you're
I
doing
keep doing.
good. I mean,
I'm gonna lose a whole bunch of really good views in November, and
oh, you
then
good.
my views are gonna like the algorithm's gonna really drop. So
Mhm.
it's like and I thought I don't want pressure. I'm not doing this for pressure. So
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
in some ways I want to be a bit woke about this and say, does it matter? Like I like if somebody likes it, to me that says to me, oh, we'll do more videos like that. If
Mhm.
they don't like it, like I think like half the stuff I don't like either. Like I don't push like.
Mhm.
They say don't forget to put the thumbs up. And then I
Yeah.
think, oh
Well,
yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, like I just learned, not that I just learned, this is the first time I've seen it, is that you should say subscribe and like within
Okay.
a minute and a half of your video.
Mhm.
But then it's like you got to keep somebody's attention. And I'm just like, these people are all over the place. I even played with the seconds. I've done a 20
Mhm.
second, I've done a 35 second, a 57 second, but
Mhm.
he's right. I know he said something that's about, the smaller channels don't get pushed out. But the other thing I also read is they take your video and they put it into the seed.
Mhm.
So if there's 100 people that are online that they send this to, and all they want is flowers, and you're doing a hunting video,
Mm,
Mhm.
well, they're gonna swipe it. So now
yeah.
Yeah.
that short gets thrown out.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It's
I have tried to figure out the algorithms on the, but
There
I mean,
is. I don't want to cut you off, but I found this interesting.
no, go ahead.
Is an 18-year-old girl. She does nothing but shorts. Every
Okay.
one of her shorts gets 30 million plus
What?
views.
wow.
Why?
And all she
Wow.
does is this. Her biggest thing is like taking a hamburger or a chicken sandwich, standing in front of McDonald's, holding it right below the sign, and that's her video.
What?
Millions of views. It's insane.
Yeah, but she might not have any hours. So because doesn't a view count as 3 seconds or something? And then
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know
but
about
when it
that.
comes to shorts goes by views. You need 10
By
million
views, yeah.
views in 90 days to get monetized.
oh god.
Yeah. There's yeah.
One video is getting 30 million views. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's the only way to do it right there. Because I'm not getting 10 million views in 90 days. I can tell you that, unless it's something wild video. But still. Mm.
Wait.
I know, Erica, and I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Furry baby wants to come back up.
Oh,
Oh. Mm.
actually,
you figure out-
behind me?
Well, I think I gotta get going.
Yeah. I got to get up and walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's my longest. I think it's my longest live. I've never gone over 2.5 hours. So
It's
This
almost
is-
3.5 hours. See what happens? You get me on and I don't shut up.
I know. Well, no.
We are
I'll come back. We ought to do another one because let me know,
No,
and I'll get a
It's
back
perfect.
massager here or something.
Because, hey, guess what? Here, let me show you.
Mm.
Here, wait, move over, little baby.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, Katie.
Okay. This is amazing, guys.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Very cheap on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And I've bought just about everybody I know one.
Mm.
It is a back massager, a neck massager. Oh, there's
Jason, that is so true. I'm listening to you, Karen. I'm just reading the
Yeah.
chat. Jason is
Mhm.
so true.
Yeah.
back,
Oh.
neck, hand, feet, everything. And
It'll be that one stupid video
Yep.
that's the breakout for you.
And Dennis, you're right. I have made a video, not a care in the world, and it's like, no, this is not going to do anything. I'll post it, put my phone down, and about 30 minutes later, I'll look at it, and it's just gone viral, like 2,000 views. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, look at Jason's last video. This is what I mean. An egg sandwich video got 23K
Oh,
views.
wow.
Yeah.
Golly day.
And I think my short that has the
Mm.
most views is the
There he
range
is.
day
He's
blooper.
just put it on.
Mhm.
There.
Yeah, I think it was the range day blooper got
Wow.
a lot of views.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna go to, I don't know, Taco Bell or something when I can get out of the house and have my taco fall apart on the sidewalk. I'm gonna try it. And just stand in front of the
Yeah,
camera
no, I
and
mean,
like
you
with a
might as well
sad
just wait.
face,
There's nothing to lose. I mean, there's nothing to lose. Just do it. That's what
except for like
sometimes I do.
$3.
Yeah.
Listen, if
Yeah.
it costs me
Oh.
$3 to get a million views, I think it's worth
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But you know what I think it is, guys? I think for me, the videos I just put out straight away, they've
Mhm.
gotten a lot of views, but they're not really scripted. I just give it off the top of my head, put some
Mhm.
photos and they go. And I think that's maybe what I'm doing wrong. I'm scripting everything and then I mess up
Yeah.
on words and then it doesn't sound natural. So I've got to be better. And I think that's why, they know when
Yeah, you're right. I changed mine up. I would go out and take 3 or 4 hours to do one video, 10 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? Just let it go. Just if you make a mistake, just go do it
God.
and keep going. And that's what I've done. I've never looked back. I've stopped doing. I used to have a notebook. I would write out each scene, and I
See,
would
I
sit there and do all that.
I
I'm like,
don't
no, I
do
can't
that.
do that. No.
The only time I have anything
Yeah.
written down is if it's educational or fact.
Mm.
Like the castle doctrine. I have notes written down, but 95% of the videos that we do is just
Mhm.
on the fly. I mean, I might do 100 takes,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
me talking. And I'll say to my videos, all right, yeah, I messed up or whatever.
Yeah, I've done that.
I just want to be, I don't want to sit there with having all these boards and going, okay, if I'm
Yeah.
going to curse, I'm going to curse, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say. That's it.
Yeah, I've done some of my videos, and if you see some of them, sometimes you'll catch it. I'll start the video and I'm laughing so hard. That's because I've done it like 10 times already. And I'm like frustrated going, okay, just do this. Okay, do this and just get it over with. So I'll start laughing and I'm like, get it done.
All right. I had to send my GoPro back on the warranty
Mhm.
because I've done so many takes on it that it overheats.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Oh, gosh.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, and then sometimes, like with my cell phone, it's already damaged a little bit. If it gets too hot, my screen will go out and I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm okay. I guess it's still recording. And I'm like, I got to finish this up, take it back in, cool it down.
Oh, can
That's
I
what
tell
happened
you?
on my last live. Good.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something? So I got the new Samsung, right? The Ultra.
Mhm.
And the problem is I said, look, I do my videos on the phone, right? I
Yeah.
don't want to go to the computer. I have to use my computer for work. So I have a computer set up for work and this one's set up for StreamYard. And I said, but I want to do my videos here because then I can sit and do like them. Well, I said, but I need to save them. But you can't save. You can't put them anywhere on the new. So the guy said, oh, sorry. What I found out with my old phone, guess what? They have a share button
Mm.
to this phone.
Transfer them.
And I
Yeah.
transferred, and this one has a card. The old Samsung has a card. So now I
wow.
put in the card. So now I don't have to go through all that. Because before, otherwise, I'd have to go and put
Yeah. That's what the problem with using
Yeah.
the S23 is it goes through 10,000 photos to get to the one.
Yeah.
When I download it on the computer. But what I did is I got a free phone.
Yeah.
S21. And that's what I use for my recordings now.
Yeah.
So I don't mess with my main phone.
That's what my concern was. But the guy didn't tell me what it has is it says share with Karen's Samsung, whatever that number is, right? And I didn't know it would do that. So now it's great because I bought a whole bunch of saving discs, right? Save. And before, without the discs, I'd have to put in that little thing, and then you go to your computer, you download it. Like you say, it takes forever. And I thought, oh, I don't want to go all through that. Like I would do them every 3 months because I literally couldn't even take a picture. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Well,
the
that's
guy never told me that when I was buying it. And I figured that out on my own because I had the will that I did not want to sit at my computer and download them. You know how long it takes. You were just telling me about this, weren't you?
I use Microsoft, and it doesn't take that long to upload them.
Yeah, but you
probably
said
like
you
Google Cloud.
Use transfer big file. It's called transfer big file.
Transfer.
So you go through your email, or you create an account with transfer big file, and you can transfer like 20 gigabytes at once to your email on the computer, and then you just open it up and download it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but what Katie just said with the drone, the phone overheating, that's why I got a smaller phone, because the S23 is so big and heavy that when I'm standing there trying to fly my drone, I'm like,
yeah.
And in the heat, it's just so that I got the smaller phone for the drone.
And you know the other thing I did, which the Samsung, this one gives you the option. I don't think it's on the other one, but it gives you the option of filming in 4K. Right. Now, I didn't know that, but wow, what a different look. It is 10 times better. It is like, and I didn't realize the UHD, or what's it called? Like, that's what it means. Like, what's it called?
But there's not much of a difference depending on what you're using to view it between 4K and 1080.
Yeah, if you're filming in 1080, it depends. Like you said, it's it's called, I'll tell you, portrait. Okay, just a second. So it's called FHD or UHD. What a difference. Like a picture of my face in UHD in a picture with the FHD. Oh my God. I thought, oh my God, I'm an old lady. You not want 4K on that.
Oh boy.
It's like so.
All right. Well, I think I'm about ready.
Oh, we just got Melton just joined.
Yeah, I know.
Katie, if you like drone footage, I believe Gene and Karen put the link to my channel. We got several drone footage. Actually, quite a few from Sonora, Texas.
Yeah, if I put it in. Oh, now Duty Ron looks like he's doing something.
Oh, I think there was new information on the Gilgo case today.
Okay.
Hey, wait, is Duty Ron going live? This is how I never
8:30.
Yeah, he's live now. Okay, we can all leave and go watch Duty Ron.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming out. Yeah.
And Police Off the Cuff, I'll leave his link if anybody wants to join his as well. Right. And we'll do Gadsden Freedom Outdoors as well.
Okay.
And
thank you for having me. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
You.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, this was fun. This was great.
Right. Excellent.
You
too.
Right,
I'll see you all later.
Well, face to face anyway.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay.
Okay.
Speak soon, everybody. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye. Oh, we're getting more people. Okay. Thanks, Gene. And we've
got
the.
Okay. See you later. Thanks.
The end screen.
Yep.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.